me when it was over. One day in sorrow and I'll struggle to stay sober. Hope to see you later when I get older. I still remember the smell of your perfume. I still remember the day you made me blue. I think I see you but I know I'm not supposed to. I must be dreaming cause I don't believe in ghosts, yeah. I must be dreaming cause I don't believe in ghosts, yeah. I must be dreaming cause I don't believe in ghosts, yeah. I don't believe in ghosts, 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 I don't believe in ghosts.
You're my heartbeat, my silent drum that is kicking me till I'm numb. I wanna feel the love that James Brown did when he got standing ovations on his gig. I wanna feel free like a bird in the sky when he opened his wings to fly on by to the beat of my silent drum that is kicking me till I'm numb. I wanna feel free like a bird in the sky when he opened his wings and fly on by to the beat of my silent drum that is kicking me till I'm numb. Oh.
Hello League fans, and welcome to another edition of the ABL's Top Plays. Without further ado, let's get to it.
All across the map, a little favor going in on Pectus, going for the 1v1 as the Owlstar uses the Ignite. Pectus is very low, and the snipe from Psy. He is shut down as well. Saber Flavor will take down the jungle though. Oh, we're gonna get the resets. That's a double, that's a triple. Going for the Penta. There's the Quadra kill. Is it the Penta kill? The Quadra, and it is the Penta kill for Saber Flavor on the Tristan. 4,000 health, trying to fire over the wall. Here comes the ultimate, and it secures the kill! Baron goes to Reboard Gaming! He's gonna try and get on the back line. Here comes Tyrant Rex. Oh, they're trying to get out the damage. Anonymous Nub does have the Satchel Charge. Can he take down Ducky? We need the resets. Tyrant Rex, and he is still going after him. The resets for Anonymous Nub. He's got the double kill. Can he get the Penta? That's the triple. There's the Quadra. He's going for the Penta. That's the Penta kill. 3 Penta kills on stream. Anonymous Nub goes off, and Tristana has single-handedly carried them back into this game. I guess once this fight, a little favor goes in. Oh, the shockwave catches 4. The Emperor's New Guide is going to push them back. Azir forced to flash away. Good job from you, Myra, bro. They are responding a little bit here, but he's going to, but the shockwave will land onto 2. Wild Dog forced the back way, uses the ultimate, but Prayer is onto the back line. We're going to see a fight, folks. We're going 5v5. Wild Dog trying to back away from Prayer. He's caught between 4 members, but can his team support him? He will die. Now, oh, there's Gnarly Brood, the 3-man Gnar ultimate. Wombat could go down. The double kill to Hunty, though. Wild Dog in full retreat. Can they chase him down? They will. The triple kill. They are going to try and engage here. Tyrant Rex in big trouble. LCS Locky in the backline is going to get the stun on the next level plays, possibly. Here comes Lone Crow. He did teleport in. Now that's the double kill for Vitalis. Ooh, the ultimate from the Lux. And the triple kill for the Tristana. Could we get a pentakill 2 games in a row? Going for Ducky. The ultimate, or the auto attack lands. Can we get it? The pentakill 2 games in a row. Anonymous Nub. You get whatever skin you want, Vitalis. You better buy him a skin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch, and welcome to twitch.tv/ABL Esports, your home for all ABL series action. And welcome to the last cast of week number 4 prior to our week off for the All-Star event. I'm your host, as always, Yeso, bringing you the play-by-play casting. And my friend, adding all the color to this desk tonight, Audio Adrenaline, joining me for the first time since week number 1. Welcome back to the desk, Audio. How's it been? We missed you.
It's feels great to be back. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a while, but I'm excited to get back into the ABL, get back to the action. We're gonna have a great game tonight.
I certainly agree with you on that point, and we will be featuring a match between Full Send Gaming, currently 3-0 in the ABL series, and GG Forfeit at 15. Actually, for the first time in Season 3 on this stream, they are sitting currently at 1-2 in match record, looking to get their climb started up the standings this week against Full Send. So certainly going to be a good one there. A little bit of business to take care of, though, as always, prior to this cast. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. The best way to support us is, of course, to watch us every week, Mondays and Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Consider following and subscribing. Those buttons should be at the top of your screen. If you would like to possibly support us financially, there is a donate link in the description of this channel. And for any information, news, standings, and stats about the ABL series, make sure to head over to ablseries.com for that. That link is in the description as well. And I do want to apologize in advance for anybody that watched the stream last night. You may have noticed it a little bit, and you can probably hear it now. I'm a little under the weather right now, so if you hear me doing sick things in the background during the stream, I apologize. I took a hot shower and some Dayquil to hopefully knock down that congestion, but it's still hanging with me a little bit, so apologies for that, but we're still going to get through this cast, and I'm looking forward to it. Also, don't forget to use the op.gg extension. That is going to be on the left side of your screen during the matches. You can get some extra little stats and stuff during these games, so make sure to utilize that as much as you would like. But to focus in now on tonight's match, as I mentioned earlier, we got Full Send sitting at 3-0, looking to match Reign of Kings at the top with that 4-0 record. Certainly have seen a lot out of them this season. Very impressive, and I think they certainly belong at the top of the standings. But GG Forfeit 15, this is a team with a lot of experience, especially in the ABL. So they're not going to be any slouches to get past tonight.
Yeah, and we definitely see GG Forfeit at 15. They've said time and time again that they see themselves as more of a playoff team. So although they may not explode right off the bat, they've got their eyes on the prize, and their goal is to really just improve as much as they can to get to those playoffs. But Full Send Gaming has had an absolutely explosive start. They have a lot of star players, really some strong carries. Aussie especially comes to mind. Fantastic in that mid lane, but really from any position they've shown that they're able to just completely take over a game, and we'll see if they can continue that throughout the season.
Certainly a very strong lineup there for Full Send, and one thing to note is after the All-Star rosters were released last night, you will see both Aussie, the mid laner for Full Send, and iSlaveBot, their jungler, will be featured in the All-Star match next week. That will be next Monday the 26th here on twitch.tv/ABL Esports, so make sure to tune in and watch that. Certainly going to be cool to see those two players featured in that All-Star match. Definitely deserving of their spots, and Aussie even got the most votes, sitting at 41, so certainly an impressive season from him so far.
Yeah, he's definitely been popping off lately, and anybody that says he isn't right at the top is just crazy. He's proven that he belongs up there and that he's there to stay.
I couldn't agree more, but definitely not looking to waste any time here. We will give the ready checks for them in the lobby. And one thing to remind everybody, we did announce it last night, there has been a little adjustment to the playoff format for the ABL this season. So we mentioned GG trying to start that climb in the standings. To make the postseason, you technically only need to make the top 8. There will be a mini gauntlet played before the quarterfinals in which the 7th and 8th seeds will face off. and then the winner of that best of 3 will face the 6th place team to compete for that final spot in the quarterfinals. The winner of that 6th versus 7th or 8th match will go on to face the 3rd seed in the quarterfinals the following week. So certainly going to put some teams a little bit at ease, but playoffs are no laughing matter. Once you get there, you definitely have to take that seriously, as we know GG always does. Now into Champion Select here, the Twitch and Tarek bands to start, as well as a Gangplank. Any surprises here so far for you, Audio?
Yeah, no, not really. We'll definitely see what these drafts really mean once we see some more team comps, but the side of GG at 15, not targeting that late game power. They don't want to get outscaled, so might perhaps see some harder scaling on their side, trying to just secure that late game dominance. Not wanting FSG to savor the flavor of that Twitch there, of the poison barrels. Twitch definitely a very strong champion right now. Is doing very well in the bot lane. Once you get past the laning phase, his win rate spikes dramatically. But we see FSG targeting more of the playmakers and the Taric and the Echo, those ones that are able to take over the battlefield.
Yes, and as you mentioned, Savor Flavor there, probably a perfect time to give you the roster rundown here. On the blue side for game number 1 will be GG Forfeit at 15, with here in the top lane, Skywish moving from coach last season to now their starting jungler this season, Stutard in the mid lane, Tyson Vo, their AD carry, and Norgal, the support. Surprising not to see Gertzen, in fact, in this game.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even realize that. Gertzen not going to star on his team, instead going to play Tyson. We'll definitely see how he can match up against Savor Flavor. As you said, he's on the all-star roster. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. We'll see if Tyson can stand up against that.
Yes, and on the red side for this game, we will have Full Send Gaming with Bedanki in the top lane, their all-star jungler, Slavebot alongside their all-star mid laner, Aussie, Savor Flavor in the bottom lane at AD carry, and Inhibition rounding out that lineup at support. And now
we see the Varus coming out on the side of GGF 15. Varus probably the most coveted bot laner right now. Really abuses that the on hit coupled with the crit damage from the on hit from the Raid Blade, coupled with the crit damage that he can build, fits into his kit really well. It was kind of Kog'Maw's meta, but Kog'Maw received some direct nerfs in the recent patches, and so Varus kind of rose up to the top of the list. And then also with the Nunu paired with him, is going to be Tyson is definitely set up to be in a position to do a lot this game. Ooh, but Aussie gets the Zoe. Aussie definitely really strong on this champion. I've seen this champion before. Aussie, the damage, the damage. Yes. Doesn't matter how good Varus does, if he gets hit by one sleepy bubble trouble, it might all be over for him.
Yeah, and interesting, you do mention that Varus pick for the side of GG. All the more strong in this matchup as well, considering that Tristana has been banned away by Full Send. Tristana considered the other, S-tier 80 carry at this time, so certainly could be a very beneficial matchup in the bottom lane for Tyson Vo and Norgal, just based on what Savor Flavor may get to pick here in the second pick phase.
We see a very strong front line coming out from Full Send Gaming with the Sejuani and the Braum. The Braum going to be able to deter a lot of aggression away from whoever his AD carry is, but they didn't decide to pick an AD carry in the first draft, so the first ban of the second rotation for GGF 15 is the Shen, and then they decide to pinch that AD carry pool a little tighter with the Xayah ban. So we now have Xayah, Twitch, Tristana, and Varus off the table, but we see Lucian. Now, I love Lucian. He's one of my favorite AD carries to play at the moment. purely on personal preference, not because of his standing in the meta. He did receive some recent buffs to his passive damage and his passive critical damage. His passive is the double shot after using his ability. His next auto attack fires twice, so it gave him a nice kind of boost in the laning phase and a little better scaling, but still probably only looking around the lower A, upper B tier as far as the AD carry pool for the moment.
You do have to mention, though, his strength is certainly bumped up when paired with that Braum. The synergy between those two champions is so potent, considering the Lucian passive coupled with Braum's concussive blows means you can get those stuns so much quicker. So Lucian and Braum in the bot lane, no slouches certainly, and they will be going into most likely a melee matchup, so they should be, you know, fairly okay as long as they can deal with the poke coming out of the Varus.
Absolutely, and we see Norgol actually going with the Scion support, putting that Poppy in the top lane on here. Scion support, not very often played support, but has had the highest win rate out of any support for quite a while now. Part of that can be contributed to his low play rate, but definitely has a lot of damage, and it just adds another layer of threat in those 2v2 skirmishes. You know, even after you take him down, he has that time as he's reanimated that he can come back and, you know, dish out a lot of damage. But Lucian and Braum, pretty safe lane, shouldn't have any problems surviving.
Yeah, I think a big thing for Full Send will be once both teams hit level 6, they've got to face against the Taliyah in the mid lane, and you know, a big thing about shutting down this Taliyah is when she gets to level 6, you need to not allow her to roam and make plays in the side lanes, or you at least need to be proactive and be arriving to those fights prior to the Taliyah getting there. So they're going to need to keep Stutard down once he hits level 6 if they do want to win some skirmishes in the side lanes.
Absolutely. As we touched on a little bit earlier, the side of GG at 15 just have a lot of really great scaling. They've got Poppy and Scion both scale extremely well as, you know, these hyper tanks into the late game. Taliyah and Varus, very good scaling. The Nunu able to buff that Varus up. The only thing I would worry about is on the side of Full Send Gaming, they have a lot of winning lanes. They have that Gnar, should be able to pressure that Poppy, Lucian, and Braum. A lot of early damage, should be able to put some pressure on Varus and Scion. So we're really going to be looking at the mid lane, seeing if Full Send Gaming can keep Stutard down, because if Stutard is able to push Ozzy out of lane and then start roaming, could be a very slippery slope from there on out. So definitely expecting to see a lot of jungle attention around that mid lane, trying to keep Ozzy safe on the side of Full Send Gaming, and on the side of GGF 15, trying to get Stutard ahead on that Taliyah to free him up to roam around the map.
Yeah, and some plenty scary team fighting as well coming out from Full Send Gaming. They have that solid front line and plenty of engage between, you know, the Sleepy Bubble Trouble or the Glacial Prison from the Sejuani, and then plenty of follow-up if you get Mega Gnar going, or, you know, some concussive blows stacking on the members of GG. So I definitely would be scared to team fight against this Full Send Gaming lineup if they can get going.
Yeah, and I really like these team comps because a lot of it's gonna in these big fights, a lot of it's gonna come down to execution. The Zoe and the Lucian, high damage picks, but a little harder to pick off than your typical AD carry, you know, just standing back and auto attacking. But there's gonna be it's gonna be very interesting to see who is able to play these fights better. And Full Send Gaming, we know, prides themselves on being one of the most mechanically gifted teams in the league in their eyes. So we'll see if they are able to, you know, really create a lead for themselves in the early game and keep this explosive train going that they've started.
Yeah, certainly going to be interesting to see which one of these teams can get the step in the right direction here in game number 1 as we look to swap over into the load screen.
Get to see what skins we're rocking. The most exciting part of the game.
I couldn't agree more.
The most important part too. You know, whoever if you have that all skin team, no skin team, just gives that edge up right away at the beginning of the game. Skins win games. Ooh, neither team able to pull off all 5 skins. So looks like we have a fair fight on our hands.
Yeah, team 4 skin on both sides here. Here spelled HYRR to be clear.
We see Sejuani taking Fleet Footwork into the jungle. Very popular Keystone Mastery on her since the runes were reworked. A lot of people, if you haven't heard about it yet, just allows Sejuani a lot of healing in the jungle and then a little bit of a passive attack speed from taking the Precision Tree that really speeds up her clear. Something she struggles with just a little bit. Here we are into game 1. We see GGF 15 moving out as a pack. Might be looking to get something done right away. Full Send Gaming also grouped up as 5.
This is something we've been seeing pretty consistently here in the ABL over the last few weeks is these 5-man invades, and a couple of times you see both teams essentially pass like ships in the night. We saw it a couple of times last night as well, where, you know, the fun part is when they try and return to their own sides of the map and possibly run into each other. We'll see how long GG wants to wait here. If they're patient enough, they may catch some Full Send members coming back towards their blue side. Oh, they could spot them now. Here comes the Braum. Do they go for this? They may just try and grab some stragglers. No, looks like GG is just content to have the information.
Looks like they're just going to let it go. Don't want to opt into that fight. Worried about some of that 5-on-5 power. But they do get to see... Oh, we have a pause.
A summoner has disconnected.
It's like Stutart disconnected from the game. So we'll try to hopefully get him back in there first. But minute and a half advantage goes over to Full Send Gaming. Are able to get a couple wards down in the jungle. Start tracking Skywish. So nice little invade by them. Although... GG at 15, able to get vision on them. Take a look at their starting items. That big advantage, knowing an extra 45 seconds before lane starts what your enemy started for their items. Looking over runes and masteries, we have on the side of Full Send Gaming, we see the press the attack on Lucian, one of his 2 really popular keystones right now, going to enable him to cut through the 3 tanks that GG at 15 have. Lucian really good at proccing that press the attack, able to get those last 2 stacks really quickly with his passive double shot. Now we're up in the top lane, taking ops out of the area that we see actually really popularly. Decides for Fleet Footwork instead, wants a little bit of sustain in that lane against the Poppy. A little bit of attack speed. We are back into our game. Stutart has reconnected.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, something we actually don't see very often, both junglers starting on the top side of the map. It's been pretty common as of late for junglers to be starting on the bottom side, getting the leashes from their duo lanes, but looks like both of these junglers, or at least Isolate Bot, may look to make some plays on the bot side after their first initial clear here. Not a lot of gank pressure from Skywish's Nunu in the early game, and even once he hits 6, it's not crazy unless you can get a very good flank. So I would imagine Skywish probably going to be heavily focused on farming early and trying to secure some early neutral objectives. The Drake to start off this game will in fact be a mountain, so that would definitely be a good one for GG to try and grab in the early game.
Yeah, Nunu extremely strong at securing these objectives. Has that free smite built into his kit, but both junglers, like you said, starting to gravitate towards the bot side now. Lucian and Braum definitely want to get an edge up on the Varus and the Scion. Those two will scale ridiculously well into the late game. We see a little bit of a scuffle over the Scuttle Crab here.
Ooh, this could be big trouble for iSlayBot. He's going to get slowed down by the snowballs. Stutard trying to get there to get some damage, but Arctic Assault will get iSlayBot away momentarily, and looks like Skywish is content to just retreat and go back to clearing his red side jungle.
And we see up in the top lane, Danky able to start pushing in that Poppy, as expected, but thanks to that little roam down by Taliyah and Nunu, able to worry this bot side of Full Send Gaming just a little bit, cause them to go under their turret, allow Varus and Scion to get a small push going. Looking around the map, vision, we don't have a lot of deep vision on either side. The wards that, ooh, Braum going in for a little bit of poke, but the early vision that was able to be put down by Full Send Gaming in the first minute and a half has timed out. They haven't been able to really capitalize on it at all, get any more vision or secure any counter jungling. Now we just kind of see some wards along the line of scrimmage protecting, giving some basic protection from those ganks.
Yeah, good start here from GG though. Fairly quiet laning phase so far, which is pretty good. You know, you're going against a team that's 3-0, has been doing very well this season so far, and considering the bit of struggles that GG has had, I think a safe, quiet early game where they're just focusing on farming and getting their champions to scale, especially when you do have, as you mentioned, those great tanks in the top and support position, as well as that Varus. GG's got to just feel pretty good about these first 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm waiting to see, a little more aggression out of iSlayBot. Full Send Gaming, known for their explosive plays, whether they are ahead or behind, always looking to go for these high-risk, high-reward plays. And here we might see one.
Yeah, the stun from iSlayBot gonna grab Stutard here, but Danky has roamed down, not gonna get knocked back, jumps onto the GG mid laner, flash over the wall from Ozzy, and he'll grab first blood. Now Skywish gonna have to retreat. The Blast Cone will get him away, but it's still first kill over to Full Send Gaming, and getting that gold onto the Zoe. Gonna feel very, very good here to start this off.
Yeah, and that's the perfect storm for Full Send Gaming. That's the exact person that they want that gold on. That Zoe, really their weakest laner at the moment, so wanting to get her as much of an advantage as she can over that Taliyah, allow her to stop that incredible pushing power that Taliyah has. And if Zoe can keep that Taliyah in lane, the map starts to look dangerous for GG at 15. Without the power of that Taliyah being able to roam to the side lanes, and we see a small CS advantage for Ozzy there, even right back up. But otherwise, across the board, pretty even CS on both sides. Definitely good for GG at 15. They want to try to stay, if not even, then just not too far below.
And we could see a fight here in the bot lane. Norgal forced the flash away as iSlayBot has arrived. Norgal going to try and stay in and help out his AD carry. The teleport's coming in for the top lane. This is going to be a fight all across the board. Norgal's actually going to grab the kill on Saber Flavor. Down goes Inhibition. And this trade's going to get turned around. iSlayBot in full retreat. They're going to get the stun onto Badanki. He's trying to run away, but it's not going to happen. Tyson Foe grabs that kill as well. And now, Full Send Gaming in big trouble here. iSlayBot could go down as well. Here grabs that kill, and that's a 4-for-1 trade there. Or 4-for-1 trade as Norgal did go down. He's only just respawned, so good job by GG to collapse on that play on the bot side.
And that's exactly what we wanted to see out of this Taliyah. We see the aggressive plays by the side of Full Send Gaming, but Taliyah so easily able to just roam down, join that fight a lot faster than either top laners can teleport in. We see Saber Flavor getting a little too aggressive, flashing in behind to secure the kill on the Scion, but it leaves him stuck behind, away from his team, and behind 4 members of GG at 15. So Little ambitious play by him, and just see GG able to respond faster to those fights.
Certainly going to feel very good for GG after that play on the bot side. Some good gold onto their carries there. As now about a 500 gold lead for Tyson Vo over his opponent, and Stutard able to close that gap and actually have now a about 200 gold lead over Ozzy, despite Ozzy grabbing the first blood. So Stutard going to feel a lot better in this 1v1.
Ooh. Good little chunk of damage there from Ozzy. Onto Stutard, lands a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Those paddle stars, even at the minimum range, already starting to do a good chunk of damage. We see the lane swap for Tyson and Norgal up to the top side.
Could see a possible steal here. Skywish gonna go in and actually is able to grab the Mountain Drake. Not enough vision there for Full Send Gaming to predict the Nunu coming over the wall, and they're punished for that as the GG jungler is able to steal away that neutral objective, and that's just more power over to the side of GG here in the early game.
Yeah, really well played there by Skywish. Tyson and Norgal swapping up to that top side, leaves the dragon exposed. Good job on Full Send Gaming to recognize that and go for that.
They're gonna get a tower dive here on the top side, and Bedanki's gonna go down. The dueling able to take down the Gnar in that 2v1 under tower, and they're gonna get to continue pushing here on the top side.
And we see the dueling power that Scion offers.
Glacial Prison will miss wide as Icelaybot tried to get in onto Stutard, but Ozzy too low to back up his jungler there, and Stutard gonna be just fine, not even having to use a summoner spell.
Yeah, good job. Good job by him, able to walk away without having to blow anything. Tyson and Norgal are able to collect their prize in the top lane of that top turret. 2 turrets now, 2-0. Mountain Drake to their name, and they are off to a great start. Able to actually get a lead for themselves in this game when they had some lanes that typically would have been pushed around, but through really good map maneuvers and exceptional macro play, able to gain a lead for themselves, a turret lead, kill lead, and Mountain Drake.
As well as now a Rift Herald as Skywish has grabbed that neutral objective as well, and that means essentially there's just a timer on another one of these towers for Full Send Gaming. Does Skywish want to drop it here in the mid lane? He could. They don't have a minion wave as of yet, and it looks like Full Send wants to collapse here, so GG's going to wait on that play. Ooh, Stutard going to actually zone inhibition with the wall, force the flash. Or actually, he was actually able to use his, his W. So, not forced to use a summoner spell there, but a good job from Stutard to try and collapse on the Full Send lineup. Now here wants to go in and possibly try and fight Icelaybot, but doesn't get the stun. Ooh, and is still going to get that poke coming out from Ozzy. No magic resist yet built onto that Poppy, so still very susceptible to the paddle stars coming out of the Zoe.
Yeah, and GG 15 doing a really good job at setting up preliminary vision before they start these fights, being very careful to place down control wards, just get vision of all the bushes around where they want to push so that they don't have to worry about that Braum ultimate coming out of Fog of War, the Sejuani, the Gnar. There's so much, availability on the side of Full Send Gaming to kind of pop out and surprise GG at 15. So really good by them to able to gain all of that information, give them another advantage on the fights.
That Rift Herald actually dropped in between the Tier 1 and Tier 2 towers there. Is going to get a charge on the Tier 1 and will go down, but this tower is still going to drop as GG make an interesting play, but still secure their 3rd tower of the game. Trying to chase down Icelaybot. Ooh, there's the ultimate coming out of the Bears, and he's going to go down to Stutard. Now here gets the engage, the ultimate onto Ozzy, forces him to flash over the wall, but down goes Bedanki as Ozzy will still survive. Now Sleepy Bubble Trouble will catch Skywish, but just able to walk away. That's a 2-for-0 trade in favor of GG, and they're going to look for possibly their 4th tower here. Skywish taking a bit of poke, though, so GG will just back away.
Looks like Full Send Gaming starting to get a little worried. You know, the one push able to take 2 mid lane turrets on the side of GGF 15. You know, Full Send Gaming not putting a whole lot of pressure, playing really reactively here in this game. Not what we are used to seeing out of them, especially with all the playmaking tools that they do have available. GGF 15 able to just strangle that vision and deny all of those opportunities of engage.
Yeah, quite a solid lead built by GG here in the first 15 minutes. About a 4,500 gold lead and 3 towers, which could become 4 very soon, considering the damage they did on the mid lane. So Full Send definitely on their heels right now. Gonna need to recover over the next few minutes to stay in this game, and they still have that power in the 5v5 as long as they play it right. But the engages and just the positioning from GG so far has been very impressive in these fights.
Absolutely, and we definitely need to see a little bit more aggression coming out from Full Send Gaming. They do have most of their flashes up. Zoe's flash is down at the moment, but all ultimates, oh no, with Glacial Fissure is also down. So, but close to all ultimates being up. That Glacial Fissure will be up soon on the side of Full Send Gaming. We'll see if they can use those cooldowns. Ozzy just able to land.
Now the Glacial Prison is going to land on the Skywish. She's going to get a lot of damage, and it's actually forced to flash away, but Tyson Vo's going to grab the kill on the support. Now Inhibition trying to run away, but he's going to go down. There comes the wall from the... Oh, jeez. Ozzy now trying to get away. Forced to use the stopwatch there, but it doesn't matter. Shut down by the support. And Full Send Gaming in full retreat. A 2-for-3 trade in favor of GG, and they're going to grab their 2nd Mountain Drake of the game.
And we see that really good engage by the side of Full Send Gaming, but at this point, GGF 15 have just started their scaling. You have the Rage Blade on the Varus. You have first items coming through across the board, actually. Cinderhulk for Nunu. We have the Sunfire Kate for Poppy. Tanks are starting to get tanky. Carries are starting to deal damage. And it's only going to get worse from here for Full Send Gaming. So they've got to be really careful about which fights they choose to take. So if they don't execute it perfectly, GGF 15 have a very hefty, especially with these 2 Mountain Drakes, able to now going to be start pressuring these other objectives, such as the Baron when it does come up in 5 minutes, and all the other Drakes. We see the next Drake is going to be an Ocean, so we, at least not yet, we won't be able to see the triple Mountain Drake power, although that still might come later on into the game. And we see Saber Flavor starting off with the Blade of the Ruined King. A little bit of an interesting choice. Lucian, very mana hungry ever since his, hefty buffs back in the Blade of the Ruined King Black Cleaver meta. Riot thought he was just a little too strong, so they heavily buffed the mana cost of his Q. Can be pretty, heavy on the mana consumption, especially in these early games. Typically, you see the Essence Reaver coming out from him into more of a triple crit build. But Saber wanting to, go for a little bit more playmaking potential, cut through these tanks. Doesn't seem to be too worried about his mana.
Yeah, that Bork build is very traditional for mid lane Lucian, considering you're getting a lot of blue buffs, and those mana concerns aren't as big when you're getting those blue buffs on a consistent basis. But the trend has certainly been that bot lane Lucian has gone for the Essence Reaver to deal with that, since he is not getting those blue buffs as often. And we're going to see GG trying to push here on the top side. We do have all 10 players ready to fight around this tower. Here taking a little bit of poke from Ozzy, still yet to grab any magic resist, so that Zoe's still very, very hurtful against the Poppy. Ooh, ultimate. I don't know if that was a fat finger there from Tyson Vo, but he won't have that ultimate available for the fight.
That was just a ward. He was just checking the bush. Didn't have his blue trinket yet, so decided he wanted to scope out the bush with his ultimate. Didn't think he'd need it for the upcoming fight.
Ooh, Skywish uses the ultimate there, but it's actually canceled by the stun from the Braum. Now Inhibition going to go down very low here. Here going to knock up to Stutard trying to retreat, but it's not enough. Now down goes the Poppy. This could be a good fight for Full Send Gaming. Bot going to try and get over here. Tyson Vo uses the stopwatch. Bedenki out of the back line trying to take down, in fact, Norgal, who's very far back in this fight. The ultimate used, but it doesn't matter. Triple kill for Ozzy, and Full Send Gaming has won this fight. They do need to try and get away from Norgal here. He's still dealing out quite a bit of damage, so that's a 4-4-2 in favor of Full Send. Only Skywish left up for this GG lineup as they fumble in that top lane fight.
Really great by Full Send Gaming. Seeing that little bit of a misclick on the Varus going his ultimate. Huge engage tool for the side of GGF 15. Immediately collapsing on them, realizing that that major team fight tool is gone. Ozzy able to pick up the triple kill, did some absolute work in that fight. 6-1 now on the Zoe. We see just why he goes back to this champion time and time again, so potently, so strong on this champion. And you know, we finally see a no magic mantle coming out from Poppy, but not a whole lot of magic resist on the side of GG at 15. They're really stacking all of that armor, worried about the Lucian and the Gnar. When Zoe's, we see, even without her Sleepy Bubble Trouble, able to, you know, take quarter health off of these tanks with just one Battle Star. So definitely well played by Ozzy, really shoring up some of his team's weaknesses and keeping Full Send Gaming in it.
Full Send definitely not out of this game. I agree with Krish in chat saying that they did want to win lane, but I don't know that this game is necessarily over just because they haven't. I think they still are very potent in these 5v5s as shown by that last fight, so definitely going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. Baron is now up just after 20 minutes, and Skywish going to try and clear out some vision in the Baron pick. Going to get a little bit of poke from Ozzy there. Do they try and collapse here? GG is going to go over to show some assistance for their jungler and discourage a possible fight here from Full Send. Skywish is very, very deep. So is the rest of GG. They could get flanked here. The teleport coming in from Bedenki. There's the ultimate from Inhibition. The ultimate used by Tyson Vo as well, but here comes Ozzy to deal out all the damage. Norgal going very low. So is Bot. He's trying to run away, and here we'll grab that kill. Now Bedenki has finally arrived, but doesn't have Mega Gnar. He steps up a little too far, forced to flash over the wall at red buff as the poke comes out from Ozzy. Now Bedenki trying to get away from Stutard's Delia. Forced to jump away. Ozzy going to get a little bit of poke. Will just miss, however. And GG turns toward the top side to grab their possible 4th tower of the game.
All right, so I just realized that I had my muted for that last fight. I was, but really good fight by both sides. Not a whole lot of casualties. So good job by Full Send Gaming to be able to disengage a little bit. We do see, as I was saying to myself earlier, we do see the phage coming out from Lucian. We will go back to the traditional Blade of the Ruin King Black Cleaver build. Really wants to cut through those tanks. Definitely a...
We're going to see battle over the smite on Baron, and secured by Skywish. He is going to get stunned, though. Looks like Full Send wants to fight. They're going to try and chase down this Nunu, force to flash away, but he's very low. That's essentially should be a dead Nunu. Now Norgal trying to run away as well from Ozzy. Tyson Vo going to get caught here by Bedenki. The ultimate into the wall, stunned. The CC chain is plenty free from Full Send Gaming, and Bedenki will take that kill. Skywish actually possibly able to escape here, has been able to consume and get a little bit of his health back, so he's actually able to escape with that Baron buff. So still 3 Baron buffs on the side of GG despite their carries going down in that fight.
Nunu is so annoying when you're trying to chase constant slow with his snowball and able to consume large chunks of his health from the jungle monsters, as well as speed himself up with the W. So good on him, able to get away. We see a little bit of a risky Baron call by the side of GG at 15, knowing that Sejuani is around, but it's never really a 50-50 smite with a Nunu on your team. You can pretty much always outsmite your jungler if you layer the smite on top of your consume. So good job by Skywish, able to secure that Baron. Gonna give GG at 15 just even more pushing power. They already have the Talia, they have the Varus, they have a really strong 5v5 comp that they've put together. If they are able to avoid some of those ultimates out of Full Sun Gaming. We do see the Black Cleaver is now completed for Lucian. We'll see now if he decides to go into some crit, take advantage of some of that mana regen, as well as the crit damage from his passive actually being pretty substantial, I found.
They may catch out inhibition here. He's going to jump away to the rest of his team. Can they defend this mid lane tier 2? Doesn't look like it. Tyson Vo firing away at this tower, and it is going to go down. Now they do have Meganar ready for Full Send Gaming. Do they want to fight here? Doesn't look like it. The Glacial Prison is available for Isolate Bot. He's going to use it, and it catches Tyson Vo. Here comes Bedanki. 3 into the wall. Good ultimate there from the Gnar. Now here comes the rest of the team for Full Send. Down goes here. This could be a great fight for Full Send. Saber Flavor trying to deal out the DPS. Norgal is going to go down. That's the double kill for Isolate Bot. They're going to try and chase down the Talia. Goes over the wall, but down goes Norgal, and that's 4-4-0 in favor of Full Send Gaming.
Holy crap, that ultimate by Bedanki was absolutely insane. Set up by that wonderful ult by iSlave Bot. Tyson just stepping a little too far forward, gets caught out and punished big time. And that's a huge source of DPS for the side of GGF 15. Absolutely amazing job by Slavebot and Bedanki, able to get those huge ultimates off. You know, and especially with the Baron up, able to stop a lot of the aggression coming out, you know, from that push. Able to actually turn it around and get a push going of their own, taking that tier 2 mid lane turret. But they don't want to push anymore. They know that they have that huge wave in the top side. They don't have the wave set up on the bottom either. No objectives left in the map to take, so they will just reset, go back out onto the map.
Yeah, and I have to say, kind of a misplay there from GG. You know that they've got Meganar ready to go on the side of Full Send. When your carry gets caught by that Glacial Prison, you know, they're dead. You kind of got to recognize that with the Gnar follow-up engage, and GG instead decided to take that fight and stepped towards the Gnar and made it very, very easy for him to just hop in and ult them all into the wall, which was a huge play in that fight. So GG going to need to be, you know, have some better recognition when that Meganar is ready to go, and try not to collapse on each other and make Bedanki's job that much easier.
Yeah, they relied on their lead a little too much. Thought they were a little further ahead than they actually were. Not able to survive the onslaught of ultimates.
Oh, Stutard!
Jeez.
That paddle start just shredding about 2/3 of Stutard's health. Bedanki could be caught here, however. His Meganar Bart starting to build up.
You see the damage coming out from Ozzy. Has the Sork boots as well as Leandri's for all of that magic pen and burn on top of that. Starting to get ever so closer to his full build, which will really unlock his one-shot potential. Already getting pretty close. About 2/3 shot at this point.
That's so very, very scary at this point in the game. And something interesting to note, you can see those objective timers at the top left of your screen. And now we have both Drake and Baron spawning at essentially the same time. It is a Cloud Drake here, so I would say both teams definitely want to play around the Baron, not worth going for that Drake. I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, if GG's able to set up good vision around Baron, possibly just going to take that free Cloud Drake as long as Full Send is not around the pit, but looks like Full Send wants to get some vision control around the Baron pit prior to that objective spawning.
Yeah, Full Send definitely need to prioritize the vision.
Ooh, gonna go for the collapse here onto here. Stutard uses the ultimate to try and zone away the rest of Full Send. Isolate now trying to run away, but it's not gonna be enough. Gonna get stunned under the tower and go down to here. There's the ultimate from Norgal as he charges in on Inhibition. The ultimate from the Gnar gonna grab three into the wall. Now Skywash flashing into the backline. There's the ultimate and boom! There goes the Lucian. He's down now. Ozzy trying to retreat. Double kill for here. Bedanki's gonna go down as well, and that's the ace. 1 for 5, and GG wins that fight. The triple kill there for Here's Poppy.
Another great Gnar ultimate, 3 enemies into the wall, but with Isolate Bot already down, caught out on the wrong side of the turret there. It's a big front line gone on the side of Full Send Gaming. They just didn't have, you know, the members to finish off that fight. So although while Bedanky definitely strong by them, they're gonna decide to pull off of the turret. You know, Slave Bots respawning, decide to look towards the Baron instead. Nunu isn't alive, so it's going to be a little risky for them to start it. Nunu's not going to be able to join as quickly as Slave Bot. There is a small window. Skywish should get there on time with the Nunu. They decide to pull back, wait for their jungler to come. Definitely a smart move.
Looks like Full Send wants to go for this, however, so GG is going to turn around. They have some gold in their inventory and are a little lower on health. The Glacial Prison is going to land on a Stutard, so that will delay that a little longer, but it doesn't matter. There's no follow-up from the backline of Full Send. Ooh, but now Skywish steps up possibly a little too far. It's going to get stunned. There's the Gnar ultimate, but it's not into the wall. That's a misplay by Bedanky. Now they're going to collapse. Here's the Nunu ultimate, and pop! There goes Inhibition going fairly low. Now Saber Flavor trying to deal out DPS from the side. Here's going to go fairly low. Saber Flavor having to retreat from Tyson Foe as Ozzy gets the kill onto the GG support. Now here, trying to grab Saber Flavor, but it's not going to be enough as long as he can get vision. That's the shutdown for the Lucian, and that's a good fight there. 2 for 2, but able to discourage the Baron is Full Send Gaming. Now they're trying to retreat from Skywish. Stutard flashes in to get some damage. Ultimate out from Inhibition will slow down GG as Isolate Bot trying to retreat with his support.
Yeah, so a lot of crazy fights there. Nobody ends up picking the Baron up in that fight. A lot of back and forth plays. You know, it started off with the fight in the top lane. You know, picking off Slave Bot, getting that good fight. Going to the Baron, Slave Bot did respawn, caused GG at 15 to back off a little bit, wait for their own jungler, at which point Full Send Gaming took their chance at the Baron. Didn't work out. GG at 15 comes back, able to get a lot of poke down on Slave Bot while he's in the pit. And the fight that ensued, and Baron is still standing. But really good plays on either side. We see GGF 15 now going down to collect the Cloud Drake, a little bit of a safer objective. We're not going to see any opposition on the side of Full Send Gaming, no vision down there. But I definitely would like to see Full Send Gaming getting some vision control. You see they do already have some wards down by that Baron. I would love to see them deny vision from the side of GGF 15, because with the Gnar, with the Sejuani, with the Lucian and the Zoe, there is so much mobility on the side of Full Send Gaming, and if they can set up, you know, one of these death pushes, deny vision from the side of GG15, you know, that can just be a deadly comp, just popping out of nowhere, getting their entire team really on top of Full Send Gaming with no warning. But GG at 15, able to move in, able to get some vision down. Only 2 control wards on the side of Full Send Gaming, both in the inventory of Slave Bot. See if he decides to utilize those.
Looks like GG may want to fight here. They're going to catch inhibition, layering all the CC onto the support. Seem content to just make this a 5v4. So with the support down, GG could look to go for the Baron here. They have the Nunu, so we know that he's going to be very strong in securing these neutral objectives. Now we have to see how Full Send plays this. IsolateBot trying to bait in Skywish to the rest of the team. They are going to land the stun. The Paddlestar hits the Nunu, but he's able to shrug that one off considering the amount of magic resist he's been able to build in this game. And also with that, Warmog's armor makes it plenty easy for him to heal up in between these fights. Now, GG going to grab their first inhibitor of the game. Full Send, essentially nothing they can do about it at this point. Inhibition is back up, so they can look to fight. Possibly IsolateBot looking to get off the flank here, can here capture that. Sejuani, now here comes the rest of the team. Bidanki is gone mega. He's going to go in, and lag is going to make me very, very salty, but he's going to get the ultimate into the wall. Now they're trying to get onto the backline. Stutard trying to retreat. Tyson Bow just firing away at the front line. Gets the kill onto inhibition. Bidanki going very low. Is going to land the stun, but it doesn't matter. Down he goes. Ozzy trying to get out some poke here. Has to flash away, and that's the double kill for Stutard. 3 are dead for Full Send Gaming, and GG possibly looking to end the game, but they're going to go back and grab this Baron before they put the finishing touches on this first part of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. SlaveBot getting caught out in the backside of that fight. Looked for the flank, wasn't able to pull it off. GGF 15 able to secure the Baron now. We see 2 items at least finished on all of the members of GGF 15. Likely going to be 3. Varys did take a little bit of a detour in his build path to build that QSS. Smart by him, especially with the Zoe being as strong as she is. But he does pick up the Runan's Hurricane, going to be able to apply that on-hit damage to all of the members of Full Send Gaming, or at least a large majority of them. But you know, on the side of GG15, tanks are getting tankier, carries are starting to do more damage. You know, the longer this game goes on, the better things start to look for them. You know, Full Send Gaming is going to be really relying on their Gnar, on their Sejuani, their Braum, their frontline to, you know, make these plays and set up these, you know, these favorable team fights, because in a straight up front to back 5v5, I would definitely say GGF 15 has the upper hand. But if Bidanki is able to get behind with that Mega Gnar, or that Braum is able to get a good Glacial Fissure onto the back line, that can change everything at an instant.
Yeah, GG now with this Baron buff looking to push down the bottom side. Full Send is here to respond, possibly going to go for the collapse. The ultimate from the Varus is going to catch SlaveBot. Sejuani now here trying to zone away the rest of the team. The ultimate from Lucian is down, so a little bit less damage going to be able to come out from Full Send. They will clear out the wave, but with Baron buff, GG can just wait for the next one and look to siege this tower. SlaveBot taking some poke from Stutard. Just forced to retreat the Arctic Assault away, and that's going to be an inhibitor for GG. Could look to back away, possibly rotate to the top side, but they don't have the minion waves in their favor.
Well, they do not. SlaveBot not able to find these flanks that he's looking for. You see him time and time again coming in on the side of Full Send Gaming, but he just can't seem to find a clear lane to the back line. It's actually gotten him caught out a couple times as these flanks have failed. SlaveBot dashing through his open wall. A little bit of a force of habit from the times when you couldn't just walk through that wall. Or perhaps he just wanted to do it in style. But yeah. GGF 15 now with a huge minion wave back up at their turret.
Yeah, they've
took
got
that Slowfish that was forming.
Trying to grab this top lane inhibitor, and now they're going to get the engage. Bidanki going to try and get onto the backline. He's Mega. This has been the big problem in the fight. Yeah, the Meganar into the wall, but he's going to go down. It doesn't matter. Norgal takes that kill. Stutard grabs one onto the support. Now here comes the engage. The ultimate from Norgal will miss, but Ozzy in full retreat. It doesn't matter. Flash in from TysonVo, and he's going to grab the kill. In fact, we'll go to Stutard, the double kill for the Taliyah, and now looks like GG should be able to put the finishing touches on game number 1 in this series. They're on to the Nexus Towers. Saber Flavor, all that is left from Full Send Gaming's lineup to defend the Nexus, but it won't be enough. GG takes the top inhibitor, takes the Nexus Towers, and the Nexus will go down for GG to grab their first win against Full Send Gaming.
And it's GG at 38 minutes. Very impressive game. By this time, GG at 15. That last fight, beautiful Gnar ultimate. You know, as we saw, there was a lot of great ultimates, but the Sejuani already dead, and you know, the side of GG at 15, you know, just kind of got to that point where they outscaled their opponents. Those tanks, the Poppy, the Nunu, the Scion were just all so tanky, so hard to kill, while the Varus and the Taliyah dishing out insane amounts of damage. I want to take a look at the damage charts real quick. You know, you see the Varus, 41,000 damage in the game, actually tying Ozzy. Ozzy put out an insane amount of damage for being, you know, his team being behind in that game and ending up losing. Ozzy did do the most damage in the game by about 600 over Varus. So definitely great showing by him, but you know, just better executed by the side of GG at 15, able to survive the early game aggression out of Full Send Gaming.
Now I do have to ask you at this point for an MVP selection for this first game, and I know TysonVo possibly the easy pick, great damage numbers, but I know I would lean more towards Norgal or here. I think they both played very well, and a big part of that, you know, victory for the side of GG was the front line of GG able to keep the members of Full Send Gaming off of their backline. TysonVo was consistently able to just sit in the backline and free fire in these fights.
Yeah, they absolutely did an amazing job. My MVP vote actually has to go over to Stutard, though. You know, as you were saying, when you're protecting your backline, Stutard did a absolutely phenomenal job with his ultimates, always on point, both in cutting off key members of Full Send Gaming and trapping them into his team, but also cutting off the backline from being able to enter these fights. You know, as soon as he had a little bit of a slow laning phase, but Stutard, as soon as he got out of that, roaming around the map, was really able to kind of unlock his team, as we said that he needed to in the early game. So I'm going to have to give my MVP vote over to the 9-3 Taliyah.
Certainly a great game across the board there for GG. We are getting prepped to get into game number 2 here as soon as audio adrenaline jumps down to the spectator part of
I'm not
the
playing
lobby.
in today's game, don't worry. There is no subs. I'm sure Saber Flavor would not appreciate my support. My Braum is not quite as clean as Inhibitions.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, with Full Send selecting red side in game number 1, looks like GG will be happy to have blue side 2 times in a row, as they do have side selection in game number 2. So we will see no substitutions and no changes in side selection here for the second part of this series, with Full Send looking to push this to a deciding game number 3. But GG could possibly get a 2-0 over one of the top-ranked teams in the league if they keep playing the way they did the first time around.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. GG at 15, with the blue side able to pick up that win, decide, hey, we liked what we did, we want to run it back, and we're going to try to replicate the same results they had in that first game. We're just waiting for the players now to get into champ select here for game 2. See if Full Send Gaming can shake off that loss and bring us to a game 3. And they are by no means out of it. We have seen some absolutely ridiculous, you know, kind of, you know, gutsy plays from Full Send Gaming, especially, you know, putting a team like that as explosive as they are, you know, putting their backs against the walls. You know, it's really a do or die situation from Full Send Gaming, and in those situations, they're really capable of anything. So. By no means are they out of this series yet. We do see they are going to. Oh, they might put Gordson in. I don't know. They're teasing us.
No, it's probably just bringing him in to keep an eye on Champion Select and help coach them through that. I know having that outside voice certainly can be helpful to keep everybody focused in Champion Select, and we should get into that for game number 2 here momentarily.
Absolutely, Gordson definitely a seasoned voice on the team. I remember playing against him last season. Extremely, you know, extremely smart player, extremely calculated player, knows his stuff. So it's going to be a nice little edge for them in Champ Select, able to have his voice, and get his opinion. All right, getting into Champ Select now. We see the Gangplank ban again on the side of GGF 15. Had that same ban in the first game. Don't want to have to deal with that late game power that a Gangplank can bring. Can on his own, you know, turn a fight on a dime with those barrels, and that ultimate, the global ultimate, extremely instrumental in the being able to make plays around the map. Full Send Gaming doesn't want anything to do with that Poppy. Poppy also very instrumental in keeping her backline safe, denying all of the, you know, mobility from GG 15 in the last game, or Full Send Gaming. Sorry, had that backwards. And Full Send Gaming will still not be able to savor the flavor of the Twitch. That late game being targeted again by GGF 15 might look to kind of run a similar comp here. Same bans, targeting that late game power, that late game, you know, scaling. Might try to take some of that for themselves, secure their own late game power, you know, and just try to survive through the early game of Full Send Gaming. Again, they did it once, want to run it back. See what the final ban is here in Full Send Gaming. We will have Varus. I think very intelligent ban by them. They got a little pinched in the 80 carry role last game with the Twitch being banned. I'm pretty sure they might have banned over the Tristana themselves, and then the Xayah getting banned because they did not decide to pick the 80 carry in their first draft. So intelligent ban by them, wanting to take away some of that power, as well as the Nunu. Ooh, this is exciting. He does lock it in. The Nunu and the Azir, extremely strong together. Here, definitely a very strong mid laner on his own, but with Nunu, both of those champions are just taken to new heights. Nunu, if anybody does not know, in his most recent changes, his W now gives bonus ability power to himself and his target. So Azir, benefiting from both that ability power and attack speed, gets a insanely huge gold efficient buff in those late game fights. And so Aussie on that champion is going to be able to do some serious work if he is left alone in those fights. Azir also a lot of playmaking ability, very mobile, has that ultimate that can, you know, Shurima shuffle those carries or even the entire team if he's able to. Tyson picking up that Tristana for himself, though, not banned away this time on the side of Full Send Gaming. Is going to be able to stay very safe. Savor the flavor, wants to go with Kog'Maw. Much more late game comp out of Full Send Gaming this time. They don't want to be on a clock this game. Kog'Maw was hit with some direct nerfs to his percent max health damage in the last few patches, but still a very strong choice.
And interestingly enough, we do see the Yorick grabbed by GG, and I'd have to say if I'm full send here, I'm looking for a lane dominant pick, because you don't want to get that Yorick, or allow that Yorick to start to scale a little bit and get that early lead, because once he does, he can be an absolute menace in the side lanes, especially with that Trinity Force. So I would be very surprised if they didn't get Bedenki, you know, possibly the Gnar again, or another lane dominant pick to try and deal with this Yorick.
And especially if you look at the matchups, you have the Tristana and the Scion. You know, that's a lot of damage coming out. Kog'Maw known to be a little bit weaker in the early game. We do see the Shen though, so a little bit surprising. Full Send Gaming is going to have a lot of losing lane across the board. I guess we haven't seen the mid lane matchup quite yet, but a lot of late game scaling, but typically can fall behind in the early game. So they're going to have to be careful. Tyson Vo back on that, or not Tyson, Stutard back on that Talia, had a phenomenal performance with that champion last game. And so we see the team comps, you know, the purpose kind of swapping on this side. This time GGF 15 has a little bit more of that early aggression, early playmaking ability, while Full Send Gaming has put together an extremely potent 5v5 late game team fighting comp with the Nunu. Nunu pairs, we should also mention Nunu pairs really well with the Kog'Maw as well. Ooh.
I love it. Shen support, one of my favorite picks. And the Camille going to go to Bedenki in the top lane, and we mentioned possibly going for something a little more lane dominant, and Camille certainly can be that pick, and can become a menace in the side lanes in her own right after a couple of items.
So I agree with you. I love this pick by Bedenki. Camille, extremely lane dominant. She's probably, you know, one of the best top laners out there right now, right up there with Gangplank. Very mobile, able to put out a lot of damage, really good at split pushing and dueling, especially with the Tristana. If she is able to ult that Tristana, can't rocket jump out of that. Only option is to Buster Shot Camille out of the Hextech Ultimatum. And Shen support, you might love it. Buy it. As an AD carry main, I can't stand it. It's very annoying to play against. That Shen taking Ignite to, or he does swap over to the Exhaust at the very last second. But you know, Shen, that long range taunt, very effective, especially against mobile AD carries. Tyson though on that Tristana will be a little safer, as well as Scion able to, you know, apply some peel with his large area of effect knock up. But for me, I'm gonna have eyes on the top lane. We have a very, you know, safe bottom lane. I don't think they are gonna need, you know, a whole lot of attention. They should push in Savor Flavor and Inhibition fairly well on their own. Talia, we know, is very good at pushing out these lanes and roaming. The Yorick though is gonna definitely want to get an advantage over that Camille. It's kind of the one lane that GG at 15, you know, doesn't, you know, might be a little bit worried about. So especially with Warwick, has some pretty good early game ganking potential, especially compared to the Nunu. So we might see a little bit more focus around the top side. Although Skywish may look to help out his other lanes too, if they can, you know, get ahead, put some of these big carries behind on the side of Full Send Gaming. It can really tear apart, you know, the composition that they have set up. But GG at 15 definitely playing on a timer in this game. The Kog'Maw, Azir, Nunu, gonna be absolutely destructive in these late game fights if they can set it up right. But we'll see if GGF 15 is able to pull off the same kind of game that they were last time. See if they are able to get some vision down around the map, spot out these carries, maybe get some picks. Warwick very good at picking off immobile squishies, such as the Azir, such as the Kog'Maw. A lot of options for some long range engage on the side of GGF 15. About 30 seconds left of the spectator delay.
Yeah, we are almost into game number 2 here. One thing I do want to mention in response to some of the people in Twitch chat, I think if this game goes, best case scenario for Full Send Gaming, they won't have Camille team fighting. Best case scenario for Full Send is Bedenki gets a good lead in the laning phase, and then they just stick that Camille in a side lane and force GG to try and respond to her, and then you just kind of play that push and pull matchup that you do with a strong split pusher in a side lane. You take the numbers advantage that you have. If they, match your 4-man unit with 4, then you just have the Camille play aggressively in that 1v1. Otherwise, if they send multiple players to respond to Camille, the Camille just has to kite and back away from that fight, and you take a fight where you have the number advantage. So, ideally, Full Send Gaming won't have the Camille team fighting. Because I agree, all that CC on the side of GG forfeit at 15 will certainly make Bedenki's job difficult in sticking to the carries of GG forfeit at 15.
Absolutely. They're definitely not going to be wanting to put that Camille in a traditional back-to-front 5v5 team fight. Going to try to get the TP flanks, put her in a side lane, see if she can get a TP flank into the back line instead. But we'll see. She can also be dominant split pushing force. And as we get into game 2 here,
A summoner has disconnected.
we are in a pause. Looks as if somebody did not connect to the game, or rather disconnected as soon as we got in. It does give us a slight chance to, looks like all champions did buy their items, so we can talk a little bit about the early laning phases for each side. You see Doran's shield coming out from Kog'Maw, as well as the minion dematerializer. I'm still unsure, about how that mastery fits into the meta. It's a little bit of an oddball, but definitely allows some good pushing, able to kind of manipulate the minion wave to a more advanced extent. So we'll see if Saber Flavor, see how effectively he's able to use that to assist his laning phase. We see Ozzy with the Azir, same thing with that mastery. But Camille, starting with the Doran's Blade, wants to be a little aggressive in the lane, obviously. We see GG15 moving out as a 5-man unit while we go into another pause. So a little bit of a
pause. You get a pause. You get a pause.
Everyone gets a pause. Yeah, so only half an hour though. You guys all only collectively get 30 minutes. So we see the Camille with the Doran's Blade, one potion, wanting to pressure down that Yorick. Yorick does have the 3 corrupting potions though, as well as the kind of little sustain on his Q. So at least in the first couple of levels, first few minutes, should be alright being able to sustain any damage that he takes. But Camille has that ability to apply that consistent poke, especially with the Comet on her E, throughout the laning phase.
Yes, hello GG, we do see your emote spams and we love them.
Yes, staple of GG at 15, the River Bush, with the dancing, with the emotes. Gotta let the fans know they're there. But we see Saver and Inhibition setting up in this bush, possibly looking for a little early game cheese. They don't see their opponents yet. Skywish, gotta be careful face checking this bush. doesn't take too much aggression. Does get some good information though. Both sides actually now know that the jungler is on the top side, which gives the bot a little more freedom. They might look to set something up. They haven't revealed themselves yet.
Ooh, level 1 taunt from Inhibition. Gonna go on to Tyson Vo, but the exhaust immediately used there by Norgal. Still getting out plenty of damage, though. The explosive charge. Oh, the heal used by Tyson Vo, but the first blood still gonna go to the Kog'Maw. Saber Flavor gets the early lead. Now they will be able to trade that kill back as Norgal grabs the kill onto the Kog'Maw, but still early advantage to the side of Full Send Gaming, grabbing that first blood and giving it to their AD carry.
Yeah, a good job by the side of Full Send Gaming, knowing their level 1 strengths, seeing the Nunu on the top side thanks to that little invade by Skywish, knows that the jungler, or thanks to Skywish kind of invading, know that Warwick is on the top side, know they won't meet any early help from him, and they're able to get that, you know, kind of level 1 cheese off. Both Kog'Maw and Tristana are, you know, deceivingly good level 1. Tristana with her bomb, Kog'Maw with his max health damage, and advantage just goes over to Saber and Inhibition with that element of surprise, able to start that off earlier.
Ooh, we are going to see the collapse here onto iSlaveBot, but Stutar takes too much damage. They're forced to heal and back away from that 2v2.
And now that the level 1 antics are out of the way, we see Tristana and Sion starting to push up this lane, kind of as we expected. CS more or less even. We actually see about a 10 CS differential at the moment in the top lane. Camille does have a little bit of a wave to pick up here, but Yorick able to get that early push thanks to those corrupting potions and that sustain that he has. But both junglers equal in farm. Nunu and Warwick both have incredible clears.
iSlaveBot has gotten up to the top side here. Gonna flash away as he does trap the Nunu, but he may still go down. Badanki trying to get out as much DPS as he can. There's the snowball. Taken down. Badanki grabs here. There is, you're not able to sustain enough. Tried to use his keystone, whose name I always forget, but it's
which keystone?
Oh my gosh. I hate this.
Who is it?
Here. It's
oh, it's Grasp of the Undying.
Grasp of the Undying. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because he got the little bit of sustain. He turned around and got the auto attack onto iSlaveBot, which saved him a little bit longer, but it wasn't enough to get him away from Badanki as he grabbed that kill on the top side.
Yeah, definitely really smart pathing by iSlaveBot, able to, you know, get up there and punish here for pressing up. That's kind of the danger when you're going up against the Camille. She has really great gank assist, able to kind of hook shot off the wall, lock you down, slow you down, especially with the Comet adding a little bit more damage. SlaveBot throwing out those snowballs just makes it really hard for here to escape. So good punish by iSlaveBot. Definitely wants to get that Camille ahead. You know, put that pressure top lane, let Camille absorb all that pressure so that the Azir and the Kog'Maw have that time to scale up. So really good by Full Send Gaming, playing this early game exactly how they wanted to. We see here though, already at about a 20 CS lead. So even with that aggression that he's been getting, like the aggression we see down here.
Yeah, the bottom side as iSlaveBot gets down here. The explosive charge will take Inhibition down below half health, but here comes Skywish. They're going to go for the Nunu. Isn't able to get the fear, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be enough damage, and Tyson Vo grabs that kill as Inhibition goes down as well. That's the double kill to the Tristana. The teleport came into the bot side, but it doesn't matter. Badanki grabs here in the 1v1 in the mid lane, or on the top lane, and that's a continued early lead there for Badanki on that Camille. Definitely going to feel very good in that 1v1, but a little bit of a misplay by Full Send as they get collapsed on by Skywish and lose that fight on the bot side.
Yeah, absolutely. Greatly played by both sides. Slavebot tries to roam down, relieve a little bit of that pressure that Tristana and Scion are putting on Saber and Inhibition, but they do not have vision on the opposite side, you know, in that bush. Don't have any vision on Warwick's red side, so maybe a little bit of an aggressive play without having the information of where Skywish is. You know, especially Warwick able to go across the map so quickly, and Bedanki does start channeling the teleport down to the bot lane, but really good on him. A lot of players will just start channeling their teleport and they will just switch their screen to watching where they're coming in, looking at the fight they're going into. But here, steps up under the turret to try to interrupt the teleport, and Bedanki cancels the teleport and is able to lock here down under the turret, you know, and get that solo kill. So really good awareness by Bedanki, not tunnel visioning into the fight in the bot lane. Able to pick up a little bit more of an advantage for himself.
Yeah, here has been able to build a little bit of a CS lead here, considering the poke, as he's been able to continue and get those little monsters onto Bedanki. But those 2 kills going to go a long way for the Camille. And getting her to her early power spikes, already has the Sheen. She will look to grab that first item, Trinity Force.
Absolutely, that Sheen offers a lot of damage on Camille. Can definitely be dangerous for here to deal with. Does have his corrupting potion though, as well as a phage, able to give him a little bit more movement speed. Tristana though, with these bombs, pressuring this first turret. We see Ozzy starting to roam down, as well as Stutard. Stutard a little far behind, but does have the ultimate to close the gap if need be. But the great vision by the side of GG15, phenomenal vision in the blue side, has really allowed their duo lane to continue pushing up, continue pressuring this turret. And there's not a whole lot that Full Send Gaming can do at the moment, because any response that they try to make, GGF15 is just going to see them coming. You see Stutard trying to wrap around. That turret's getting very low.
Yes.
Slavebot is on this side.
As soon as Stutard showed up, Slavebot immediately retreated from that, and fearing the collapse from GG there. Now Ozzy is roaming down here again. They do have the inside track on this fight. Now Slavebot going to try and come down here. They are going to be spotted out, and the bot lane will retreat. So this gank will essentially not matter. The knockup not going to land on the Slavebot, but it doesn't really affect it, as he's down now below half health thanks to the explosive charge. But they're going to collapse onto the Nunu. The ultimate coming out from the Shen, and that should be pretty feat. But they're caught by the ultimate from Stutard. Here comes the teleport from Bedanki. They possibly want to go for this fight. He actually completes the teleport. Is going to hook shot over the wall. Going for Tyson Bo. Activates the Hextech Ultimatum. Doesn't have the Buster Shot available, or does use it, but it doesn't do enough. Now Slavebot with the ultimate. They're going to try and collapse onto here. Here stuck in with Inhibition, and Tyson Bo grabs the kill onto the support. Now Saber Flavor trying to deal out the DPS. Ozzy in the backline trying to deal out some as well, but Tyson Bo going to Buster or rocket jump into the backline. Bedanki trying to run away. Can he get out of here? No, he will not. That's the double kill to the Yorick. And now Saber Flavor, the last member in this fight. Can he get away? Use his stopwatch. Here going to go for the tower dive. It's very low, and it doesn't matter that the tower's there. It will go down, as well as Saber Flavor. And that's a one fight there for GG, as they just absolutely crush, responding to the aggression of Full Send Gaming.
Yeah, so, you know, starting that off, Slavebot and Ozzy continuously trying to roam down, trying to relieve some of that pressure from the Kog'Maw and the Shen, constantly spotted out by this vision. And GGF15, you know, sees the potential gank again, you know, tries to turn it around, but really good play by Bedanki, able to, you know, with the teleport, able to join that fight a little faster than here, get onto that back line, severely chunk out that Tristana at the start, but, you know, after that, not able to finish the Tristana off. She is able to jump out once the ultimatum ends, and then, you know, from there, the fight kind of swung in the way of GG15. But here, still doing a good job, putting up a lot of damage. We do see a lane swap here now that Tristana has taken the bot turret. Very, typical of her to swap up to this top side turret now. She can take them down extremely quickly.
We saw Tyson Vo and Norgal able to tower dive Bedanki in the 2v1 last game once they got the lane swap going. So with the ultimate nearly available for Norgal, Bedanki is going to need to watch out. Could lose his tower here as well as Tyson Vo continues the push.
We see an Infernal Drake spawning in about 25 seconds. So with Tyson and Norgal being topside, they might look to back off and try to get back to base. We see 4 members of Full Send Gaming, nearby this Infernal Drake. So Tyson and Norgal might just look to keep this push going, draw that Camille back up to the top side so she's not able to participate in that fight.
We are going to get the fight here, but Skywish is actually able to get out of the Nunu ultimate. Is going to use the blast cone over the wall, but he's going to get caught by Saver Flavor and the Infernal Drake, but actually able to flash there back over the wall and escape.
And that's Skywish effectively out of the fight. He has to go back to base. And then especially with the Nunu on their team, that just allows Full Send Gaming to get the free Drake.
Bedanki does want to fight here. Inhibition activates the ultimate to get up to the top side, but Tyson Vo wants the kill. There's the Buster Shot, and down goes the top laner. Now they're going to turn, possibly go for the double kill. Looking for Inhibition. Tyson Vo still got plenty of damage. Norgal will go down as the tower clears out the rest of his health, but good job from the support as he will turn and just finish off the tier 2 tower on the top side. A great trade there for the side of GG. Forfeit at 15. They lose the Infernal Drake, but are able to grab another tower on the top side.
Absolutely, good job by GG at 15. Looking to trade those objectives. The Infernal Drake definitely not something great to give over. That one kind of hurts. But Tyson and Norgal recognize that with the Nunu, they are probably not going to win in a 50-50 smite battle, and so instead they decide to opt for the push, knowing that Full Send Gaming wanted to send players down to the bot side to contest that dragon. They are able to get enough damage onto that tier 2 top turret, and then Norgal in his afterlife able to finally take it down. So smart plays by them. But we see Tristana doing very well for herself. Has taken 3 of the turrets, 5 and 1 on Tristana. Got about a 10 CS lead over Saver. Slavebot caught out here.
Oh man, Tyson Vo able to grab that kill as Slavebot steps up a little too far, and this will be the tier 1 in mid lane, the 4th tower of the game for GG as they continue to dominate in the objective department now in the 2nd game.
And Slavebot just a little too far forward without his team there. Nunu has a lot of health in the early game, has a lot of sustain with his Q, but doesn't really build a whole lot of resistances, at least this early into the game. So if he's caught out, can still go down pretty quickly. We see Tristana now 6 and 1, Infinity Edge completed, with the Zeal on her way to most likely a Static Shiv or Rapid Fire Cannon is a typical build. And GG15 has been able to curb some of the aggression from the Camille. Here in Bedanki, both 2 and 2, dead even CS. So both of those players are at an even standpoint. Here has his Trinity Force completed. Bedanki will be looking to finish that one soon.
Yeah, interestingly enough, despite the early kills for the Camille, here actually able to finish that first item before Bedanki there, and He's going to feel very good in the 1v1 now. They're going to possibly try and chase down IceLaveBot. Stutard is here for the help. There's the ultimate from IceLaveBot, but it's not going to be enough. Here, just backing away. Now there's the Hextech ultimatum. They're jumping on to Norgal, but he's pretty tanky. Flashing away is the 80 carry. Stutard going to take down Bedenki. Now they're going to look for the chase here on Full Send Gaming. Here comes the ultimate from the Scion. He's going to go down, but Ozzy is fairly low. Ooh, actually able to survive as he flashes away in the double kill there to Stutard. He's going off again, 2-1 and 3 now on this Talia.
Yeah, Ozzy doing his best. A lot of low health bars on the side of GG15. Ozzy doing his best to try to take them down, but continuously getting pushed out of range. Super low himself, and then Stutard on that Talia able to throw that final rock, work it in there and take him down. But you're talking about, here able to hit his power spikes a little before Camille. That's thanks to that Tristana roaming around the map, picking up all this turret gold for her team, able to get them just slightly ahead, and just those small first item power spikes being gotten just a couple minutes sooner can be all that's needed to decide these game-changing fights here as he starts to get into the mid-game. Tristana now finished her Infinity Edge and Static Shiv, so she's starting to come even more online. I think she has been online for a bit now, but it's only going to get stronger. We see Scion has picked up a Knight's Vow for the Tristana, trying to keep her safe from the Camille, give her a little bit more armor. We see we do have the Drake coming up in about 40 seconds. It will be another Infernal, so we can definitely expect some action around that one. GGF 15, we're willing to give over the first one and trade for a tier 2 turret on the top side, but I'm not too sure they'll be willing to give over a double Infernals to such an incredibly scaling team. With the Azir and Kog'Maw, we'd be able to use that to such a great effect. Here, still wants some split push on the top side, does have teleport. Both top laners have teleport. But we see most of Yeah, absolutely. Great pick by Skywish, able to pick off SlaveBot. Most of FSG was, on that, hovering around that top side, kind of in that red quadrant in their jungle, and so GG at 15 able to move into the jungle, clear out all the vision with the sweeper, with the 2 control wards, able to spot SlaveBot going in for some deep wards and able to pick him off, securing that Infernal Drake. So really good job by them. Just gonna add even more to the lead that they do have now, at almost 7,000 gold. Absolutely. Very good play. Plays by Full Send Gaming here now, pushing up to this inhibitor turret. Just doing what Yorick does, just consistently pushing these waves into the turret. Has able to build a small CS lead for himself now outside of the laning phase. 155 to 133, and climbing on the side of Danky's Camille. Nunu now looking to build into his Warmogs. It's going to be a little bit harder to kill once he gets that completed. Still won't have any resistances. So if he is caught out, still will go down pretty easily. But GG at 15, looking around the Baron, trying to get some vision control down. Good job by Slatebot to secure that Scuttle Crab, that undeniable, or that vision in the middle of the river. Now we see GG15 pushing up as a squad into the mid lane. Ozzy putting down that turret, wants to stop some of that aggression. Wants to keep that wave as close to the Baron as they can, so that they can react faster if they see GG at 15, disappear out of vision.
Now, GG looked like they were trying to catch out the rotation, but Skywish is going to engage onto Bedanki. Icebot uses the ultimate, but down goes the GG jungler. Hextech ultimatum onto here, and he's actually going to go down before Stutard can get over for the assistance. So a good fight there from Full Send, 2 for 0 so far. Now they're trying to back away as Stutard trying to get in some poke. Good ultimate, the Emperor's Divide from Ozzy. Will grab a couple of members and knock them back into his team. Norgo trying to get on the backline, but it's not enough. Ozzy gets the kill onto the support, the double kill for the Azir, and that's nearly an ace as Tyson Bow is all that is left, and Full Send can look to go to the Baron.
Yeah, Ozzy absolutely popped off in that fight. Azir exceptional at fighting in these close corridors, especially in the jungle. Has the Nashor's Tooth and the Void Staff now completed. Gonna start shredding through these members of... Ooh, Slatebot almost goes down to the Baron there. Consume not quite up. But Ozzy now has 2 items.
Oh man, here comes the rest of the team. Down goes Tyson Vo, but here and Skywish are here to take this fight. This could be huge. They just grabbed the Baron buff, but they may go down. Skywish firing onto all members, gets the double kill, trying to chase down the inhibition, but he's able to taunt over the wall, but that's huge. 3 members down. That means Baron only on to Bedanki and inhibition.
Yeah, really good heads-up play by Tyson here in Skywish. Tyson trades his life for that, knows that with those Baron recalls he needs to get in there as soon as he can, so he jumps in, buys the one-way ticket, knowing he is going to go down, but able to take down 1 before he goes, and then buys enough time for here and Skywish to get in. And although here and Tyson do trade their lives, they do get a good chunk of the Baron buffs off of Full Send Gaming. But Full Send Gaming should be okay as long as they stick together from this point out. Good job by Slatebot, able to secure his own blue buff. We see Nunu now finishing his Warmogs, going to be able to be healthier between these fights, able to dive in, poke out, heal back up to full health. Camille building towards her Tiamat upgrade, gonna start being a pretty big split push threat. Yorick opting for the Sterix gauge instead, wants some more 1v1 power. Just try to battle that Camille. See dragon spawning in 30 seconds. We will have another so both teams right now at 1 Infernal.
The collapse here onto Bedanki, and he's actually going to go down to here, so that's another Baron buff down from Full Send Gaming, as GG could look to try and grab their second Infernal of the game.
Yeah, FSG, I think just down to the Baron buff on Shen, if I'm correct. But with that pick, able to just get control of the Dragon Pit, Full Send Gaming is going to have to give this one over. So double Infernal now over to GG at 15. They already have a 4,000 gold lead. Tristana 7-2 has her 3 core items completed. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Tristana, one of the very great scaling champion into the late game. Probably one of the best crit focused AD carries in the game. So GG at 15 gonna be looking to upset Full Send Gaming. Try to get the 2-0.
Yeah, that double Infernal over to GG is huge, because while I don't know that it necessarily negates the entire scaling advantage, it certainly makes that late game a lot less scary considering the damage that GG will be able to dole out with double Infernal Drake on their team.
Absolutely, it's just going to have to make sure that Full Send Gaming is ever more careful in these team fights. They've lost a little bit of their, brute force edge where they can rely on their, their carries in the late game to just dish out enough damage to eat through the enemy team. They have to be a little more careful about where they pick their fights and how they pick their fights, and they need a little bit more information before they just push forward. So Kog'Maw now on 2 items. Full item behind Tristana. Tristana 4 kills and 50 CS up over that Kog'Maw. So it's still going to be a little bit before Kog'Maw really does come online. The Wit's End definitely helps. Really intelligent buy by the Kog'Maw with the Wit's End is going to be shredding the magic resist of a lot of the members on GG at 15, which is just going to further increase the damage that Azir and Kog'Maw, both primarily magic damage with the Nunu buffing them up. Definitely potential for a lot of damage coming out that squad. Ozzy now finishing his Leandri's Torment. Has 3 items, has a lot of magic penetration. Gonna eat through these members of GG at 15.
Ooh, Ice Slatebot forced the flash over the wall as he's engaged. Now, the Emperor's Divide isn't going to do a lot, but still plenty of damage being dealt out by Ozzy here. Norgal's going to go down. There's the Hextech Ultimatum on his Stutard. He could go down here. Ice Slatebot grabs the kill, but GG's going to try and turn this one around. They're going on to Ozzy. There's the aggressive play from Tyson Vote. He's going to take down the mid laner. Now Rocket Jump into the base. Going to grab Saber Flavor. No, not enough, actually. He's able to heal up, and a misplay there by the AD carry of GG, and Full Send is able to turn that fight around. Tyson Vo not content to just grab towers. Rocket jumps in for the kills and pays for his aggression.
Yeah, you see, well, you get to see how much damage Ozzy is really able to. At the start of that fight, he's able to back and kind of get his soldiers to do a lot of the work for him. Tyson, good call by him to jump in and take out that Azir, but then gets a little aggressive, sees the 1 carry goes down, wants to go for more, jumps into the turret right on top of Ashen, gets taunted up into the Kog'Maw living artillery. So a little aggressive by, a little over aggression by Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson's eyes were a little bigger than his stomach that time around, so got punished for it. Something tells me his aggression will be a little more tempered here in these next few team fights.
Absolutely, and Tristana being such a huge factor in these fights, 9 and 3, really a majority of the team's damage. And so she's going to have to be careful about where she's jumping. You see her building towards what looks like it's going to be a Bloodthirster. Has the BF Sword and the Vampiric Scepter, so looking to get a little bit more sustain in those fights. Heal up. We see Nunu now able to start buying some resistances, gets the Stone Plate, able to increase his magic resistant armor in the middle of these fights. Camille has finished her.
Ooh, Inhibition is going to get caught here by the collapse from GG, and there goes the support. Now they could look to go for Baron. They do have to be careful, though. The Nunu on these Baron secures is very difficult to play against, but GG will start it off. They've got it down below half health, but Ice Slave Bot has arrived. He doesn't have his flash available, so if they burn this down quick enough, they can grab it. There's the smite. Oh, but it's grabbed by Ozzy! Ozzy gets the steal! Now Ice Slave Bot is going to go down, but that's still Baron over to Full Send Gaming. GG can't respond there. In full retreat, they take down Ice Slave Bot, but still Baron onto 3 members. Ozzy with the steal and the misplay there from Skywish isn't able to grab the smite a little too early, and the Azir finishes it off.
Great job by Ozzy to steal that Baron. That was absolutely insane. Ice Slave Bot not able to get in there with the smite, but Ozzy's got his back, comes out with the clutch steal. Not quite sure if Skywish had his smite available. I have to go back and watch that one. But really good job by Ozzy, and then able to deter that push with his turret, slow down that push long enough for Inhibition to come back up. So insane plays by him. Keeps his team holding on for a little longer, which is exactly what they need. They want that Kog'Maw to get up to that 6-item phase, want that Azir to get up to that 6-item phase, want that Camille to get to her premier split pushing power. So the more time that Full Send Gaming can buy for themselves, the better. Here they're looking to pick up the Ocean Drake. 2 dragons to 3 in this game, and the gold lead is tied back up. We see Full Send Gaming with about a 200-300 gold lead. Pretty, negligible this late into the game. As carries are starting to get all of their items. You see Tristana has finished her Bloodthirster. Kog'Maw built the Runeant's Hurricane. We have Ozzy with the Rabadon's Death Cap. So Ozzy really going, not building, I don't see any really defensive items on the side of Ozzy. He's really going for that glass cannon build. Wants to be the carry in these fights. Wants to be the one to just shred down entire waves of GGF 15. We do have the pause coming through. Not entirely sure that's about. Good chance to go back and check that Baron play.
Yeah, we'll have the update on that. It looked to me, and I kind of agree with what Danny Boy G said in chat. It seemed to me like with the Kog'Maw ultimate coming down, Skywish expected it to do a little more damage and tried to time his smite with the Kog'Maw ult landing, but just kind of it did a little less than expected and meant that he early smited, and Ozzy just had to attack the Baron there to grab the secure, but we will get confirmation on that as we do have audio going back to just take a little peek at that play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much exactly what happened. Skywish, smiting, actually just a little bit before that Kog'Maw ultimate, probably saw the animation for that coming down, and just spooked him a little bit, smited a little early. Kog'Maw ultimate left it with about 13 health, and then Ozzy had just been the entire time wailing away with his soldiers at both the enemy team and the Baron. And so just a slight mistiming on the smite by Skywish, and then Ozzy is able to pick it up with his stance soldiers. So well played back there by Full Send Gaming. A lot of options to do damage over the wall there. But now as we are back into the game, our pause is finished here. We see Full Send Gaming does have their Baron. They are a little spread out all over the map. Don't look to be wanting to group up as 5 quite yet. You see Yorick pushing this top wave into the turret, or starting to push the top wave up again. Although Slave Bot and Bidanki starting to head up there. Skywish is in the area, so they have to be careful. You're just gonna throw down his Ring of Ghouls and walk away without any further aggression. Skywish popping his blood scent. Just looking around for potential targets. Has Inhibition marked not the target you want to jump in on. Doesn't decide to get any aggression here. Back to the top lane, pushing up. Bidanki wants to get in, but the Talia ultimate gonna trap him off, able to hookshot back over the wall. So that ultimate is now down. It's a big cooldown on the side of GG15. I don't have available for the next fight. We know Stutard very good with those Talia ultimates in fights. We saw it in the last game, able to cut off the back line from the fight, stop them from doing damage to the allied team. So Stutard will have to wait a little bit for that to come up. It's already almost halfway, so they should be okay as long as they play a little safe. for the next 30 seconds, 32 minute.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see just how urgent GG feels they need to be. We talked about the double Infernal Drake negating at least a little bit of the scaling advantage for full send, but I'm curious how confident GG is in their 5v5 team fighting at this point in the game. We're now nearly at 35 minutes. This gold lead non-existent really, and even if there was a little bit of one of it, it is essentially becoming more and more negligible as this game goes on, and Wilson Gaming now wants to push. GG starting to group up to possibly respond here. There's no Baron to go to or a Drake as of yet.
Yeah, and you're just seeing all the repercussions, the rippling effects from the Baron steal that Ozzy was able to pull off, the aggression that GG at 15 wanted to start breaking this base, wanted to start pushing these turrets, and they plan to do that through the Baron, but because Ozzy was able to pick that up, Ozzy with the Azir and the Kog'Maw, lots of wave clear, add the Baron into the mix, and it becomes a very difficult comp to siege, especially with the Azir turrets. And so Ozzy just bought his team so much time there. It was a good, 2 minutes with that, Baron buff that they were essentially just able to stall the game, and pick up all the waves of farm that GG at 15 were crashing into their turrets. And now they can go back to base and they can spend all that gold and they can just have that much more power for the next fight.
And Ayo Frisbee in chat, if you are curious about who is running Gathering Storm, you can use that neat little op.gg extension on the left side of your screen. You can get information on past performances on the champions that these players are running, as well as that little button on the right side will show you their rune setup, so you can check who is in fact running Gathering Storm in this game. I'm going to check it for you right now, however. Let's see. No Gathering Storm there. Just Tyson Vo on the side of GG is running Gathering Storm. And they're going to get a fight here in game, so I'm going to have to let you figure that out for yourself. At this point, is Slayebot going to get dealt a lot of damage, but the Blast Cone will actually zone Skywish away from his team, and he'll go down as Slayebot is able to survive. Now GG is trying to retreat here. The ultimate from Inhibition used on a Saver Flavor, so he's going to try and chase him down. Ooh, misplay on the Blast Cane. Yeah, Norgal in big trouble, forced to flash over the wall as Inhibition does taunt in there. But Denki going to try and catch out here. Does use the hook shot, and he will actually not be trapped. The kill going to go over to Bedanki there as he grabs the Yorick, and that's 2 dead for GG. And no smite means Full Send should have a pretty free Baron secure here. It's going down very, very quickly, and there it goes. Baron over to Full Send Gaming.
Yeah, and time is starting to run out for GG. A lot of big ticket items. Azir now at 4 items. Kog'Maw looks like he's working his way up to that Frozen Mallet. Ruby Crystal in his inventory. So he's going to start coming online. Shen is getting tanky. You saw how tanky Nunu was in that fight. Pops the Stone Plate. He's extremely hard to kill. Skywish did flash in to try to secure that kill, but he was taken down just before Slayebot, and so Nunu just had a chance to heal that all back up with his Ormogs, and because of that fight, Full Send Game is able to pick up the Baron and the Elder. So for the next minute and a half, while both of those buffs are active, they are going to be nearly unstoppable. So I would definitely expect them to start grouping up, pushing out these waves, and trying to crack the base of GG at 15.
Yeah, so just to confirm for everybody, Tyson Vo is running Gathering Storm on the side of GG. Ozzy is running Gathering Storm on the side of Full Send Gaming, but that is all. But Ozzy, very scary right now, sitting at 857 ability power. Tyson Vo at 386 attack damage, and still gonna only get stronger as this game goes on. So, whew.
Absolutely. You see Tristana now at full build, decides to top it off with a Lord Dominic's Regards. Wants to cut through that Shen and that Nunu. But I'm actually a little bit surprised to see we have 4 Ninja Tabbies coming out from the side of GG 15. The Ninja Tabbies on the York, the Warwick, the Tristana, and the Scion. And although, you know, they definitely have to be worried about this Kog'Maw in the late game, you know, with both the Kog'Maw auto attacks and the Azir soldiers counting as auto attacks, a lot of that damage is magic based, and so the armor from the Ninja Tabby is not extremely effective. I would like to see, you know, some magic resist coming out from those carries. I see Talia does have the Banshee's Veil, but no magic resist on Tristana, so she is just going to be very vulnerable to the carries of Full Send Gaming.
And yeah, hitting the 40-minute mark with that Gathering Storm bumps Ozzy's ability power from 857 up to 904. He is absolutely gigantic on this Azir and is going to be doling out ridiculous amounts of damage in these late game fights.
You know, before the Runes of Mastery change, really be only something you saw on a select number of mages able to get close to that. And you just see these auto attacks doing, you know, a quarter of the turret's health, you know, with the minions, you know, barely even there. Those auto attacks when you're attacking a turret do adaptive damage. So for Ozzy, is scaling off of his AP, and he still has a bunch of attack speed in his kit, so he's just shredding those turrets. But yeah, you usually see things like the Vigar getting close to that 1000 AP mark, or other champions that, you know, have that ability power steroid. But now with Gathering Storm, really anything is possible.
Yeah, just ludicrous amounts of damage going to be coming out from Ozzy. And Tyson Vo, just to check him, sitting at 447 attack damage. So that Tristana, absolutely no slouch in the damage department here just over 40 minutes into this game.
Saber Flavor now finally finishing his Frozen Mallet. Looks like it's one more item to go. We'll see if he upgrades that Mercurial Scimitar. Most likely will. Doesn't want to get caught out by the Warwick. But Kog'Maw is officially online. Has, you know, over 2,000 health now to try to be able to survive some of that burst, as well as the pause. We have another one. But as well as, you know, some health to, or as well as the kiting ability. You know, we paused right on top of that sweeper lens animation.
Oh yeah.
Very pleasant sound. Making it a little hard to focus. But Saber Flavor, you know, 5 items on that Kog'Maw. You know, I guess 4 items if you're not including boots. Definitely online. Ozzy completing that Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Already has, you know, the Gathering Storm with all that extra attack damage. Inhibition has the Knight's Vow as well as the lock, so he's going to be able to protect all of his carries in the back line. We are going to be coming back into the game now, but definitely getting very scary for GGF. Approaching 40, 42, 43 minutes. You know, everyone's online on the side of Full Sun Gaming. You see Stutard immediately flashes. Doesn't want anything to do with that Azir, with that Kog'Maw. Doesn't even want to risk it. So big summoner down from him.
Yeah, Full Send gonna have to possibly go down to the bot side, but GG might want to collapse here. There's the ultimate from Stutard. But it actually is going to be canceled, as he really isn't even able to zone off Full Send Gaming teleport coming out from Bedanki. So we do have 5v5 possibly set up here around the mid lane.
Yeah, a little interesting that Bedanki did decide to go through that teleport. Had the, you know, pretty large wave on the top side. And it's getting close to pushing in the turret, so had the option to pull a lot of pressure up there. Decides to play it safe though, wants to stick with his team. So we'll see. You know, the map's kind of shifted over to the favor of Full Send Gaming. We saw iSlavebot.
The ultimate on the iSlavebot, and he's actually going to go down to Tyson Foe. That's big. Now GG can look to push here, and crazy thing, at this point in the game, one fight can essentially determine the rest of this. While Full Send is still very much in this push could go a long way to getting GG a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, and iSlavebot, one of the only 2 tanks on the side of Full Send Gaming, so they have to be extremely careful right now. They do have a lot of wave clear, a lot of tools available that didn't push, but looks like iSlavebot had a little bit of some weird pathing there, kind of, started walking back and forth, not really sure which way he wanted to go around that turret, but oh my god.
Norgal trying to get into the backline. SaberFlavor actually able to survive despite the buster shot, and Tyson Foe is shut down. This could be huge for Full Send Gaming. The preempted buster shot will actually save the Kog'Maw, and SaberFlavor is now turning on to the rest of the team. Norgal flashing away, trying to retreat, but SaberFlavor going to be able to chase him down. The redemption will save him a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. SaberFlavor grabs the kill, and this is going to be an easy Baron for Full Send, as Skywish is all that is left, and I don't know that he's going to be able to smite steal this.
More than 30 seconds on the timers. They could just, they have that wave starting to push in the top lane. Warwick is live now, but they do decide to go for the Baron. SaberFlavor just out of nowhere deletes Stutard, deletes like half the team, flashes over to the side, avoiding a lot of the CC coming out his way. So really good positioning by him, but you see that Kog'Maw now at the late game damage. SaberFlavor has that confidence to play just so much more aggressive, and you see the ridiculous amounts of damage. It took him like 3 auto attacks to take Stutard out of that fight.
Yeah, and just a misplay from Tyson Foe there, preemptively using the buster shot. Needs to make sure that he secures these kills, and should honestly not be trying to use that to knock away, especially such a significant player in those fights in the Kog'Maw. Need to make sure that you secure that kill, so definitely a misplay by the GG AD carry in that fight. Now, it hasn't cost them the game yet. A very tempered approach after that fight from Full Send Gaming, as they just grab the Baron in back and look to clean up some waves. So GG by no means out of this game, as that Baron is slowly ticking down on Full Send Gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. And Full Send Gaming looking to, bait, put a little death brush set up, might catch out Skywish.
Yep, SaberFlavor is going to grab the kill onto the jungler. Now Full Send looking for the game win here, as they're trying to chase down the rest of GG at 15. SaberFlavor firing away the double kill for the Azir. There's the Emperor's Divide. Norgal is going to go down. Tyson Foe is all that's left, but Full Send Gaming is going to grab that kill. Oh man. Doesn't matter that he has the Resurrect from the Guardian Angel. The AD carry goes down, and Full Send Gaming is going to send us to Game 3. Just have to clean up the base here, and that will be it.
Yeah, more than 30 seconds on any member of UG15. I don't see any reason why Full Send Gaming shouldn't end the game here. Unless they just want to
troll.
Just screw with us and make us liars. But hopefully, pushed up against the wall, we see Full Send Gaming playing their hearts out. They don't want to let go of their lead yet, and they will push us to Game 3, looking to keep that undefeated record. iSlavebot just wants out of there. He left a little early. He's ready for the Game 3. Didn't even stick around to see the victory screen.
An impressive win by Full Send. They are able to withstand the brunt of GG's early game push, and GG essentially had that game going in their favor for the first 25 to 30 minutes, but good job from Full Send taking all of the punches that GG could throw out and responding with a resounding finish there in 47 minutes, able to take down GG and force us to game number 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I just want to look at the damage charts there. I'm very interested. Oh my gosh. You look at Aussie putting up almost 54,000 damage in that game. Tristana actually putting up 51,000 of her own. So she was right up there with Aussie in that game with the damage she was putting out. So definitely extremely well played by both of those carries, but in the end, the scaling just worked out for the side of Full Send Gaming. They baited their time and really well executed towards the end of the game there. Was able to utilize all the damage that they did have.
Yeah, an impressive response there by Full Send Gaming as they do send us to a deciding third game. Good job across the board by that Full Send lineup, but I have to ask you one more time for an MVP vote for this second game. Certainly a couple of impressive games from the carries of Full Send.
Yeah, and I really don't think I can give it to anybody but Ozzy this game. Everybody really played, insanely well in this game. This was a very close game. We saw a lot of back and forth, but Ozzy, is just able to consistently turn those fights around. You saw him turning around fights from the beginning of the game, and then with the Baron steal, he is able to just buy his team so much time. I think that was one of the biggest factors in this game, is how much time Ozzy bought for his team to scale. Saver Flavor was so far behind on that Kog'Maw, at one point almost 2 full items behind Tyson Vo on the Tristana, but Ozzy putting up his Azir turrets, stealing the objectives, the amount of wave clear he put out just allowed his entire team to kind of recover from that disaster bot lane in the early game and get their late game scaling in order. So Ozzy 100% gets my MVP vote for this game.
Alrighty, well, we will have to see just how he is able to respond in this third game. Did a great job getting the Game 2 victory for Full Send, and I would imagine nothing but the best coming out from Ozzy here in this deciding game of this match. Full Send looking to move to 4-0 in matches here, and GG looking to take down a team at the top of the standings and again begin their climb into contention. So certainly going to be interesting to see just how this one pans out, but we are ready to go on the cast. Gonna let them know, so we should be into champion select here in just a few moments. And just to update everybody on one of the other series going on tonight, Reborn Gaming did get a 2-0 victory over Vital Point Storm. Jeez, sorry for the
You all right
sneeze there. I didn't have time. It came on me. It came at me so quick I couldn't turn and mute myself. So, oh man, apologies for that, folks. But excuse me, Reborn Gaming was able to 2-0 Vital Point Storm in apparently convincing fashion. So Reborn will continue to stay near the top of the standings after another impressive win over certainly a contender in Vital Point Storm. But we are into draft here for game number 3. GG remaining on the blue side for the third game in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing just back again to the blue side, starting off with the Gangplank ban. The exact same start off we've had in the last 2 games. First game worked out well for him. Second game, not so much. Azir added to the ban list. I definitely think that's a smart pick. Ozzy, I don't think you can let that happen again. Ozzy on that Azir was just insane. He played out of his mind on that champion. But Taric coming out from the side of Full Send Gaming, know how powerful that champion is with his playmaking ability, his ultimate, able to set up so many options. Echo 2, one that can easily control the battlefield, has been 2 staple bans for the side of Full Send Gaming this game. We'll see if GG at 15 decides to stay with the Jarvan, also a staple ban for them. Really taking a lot of the playmakers out of the game, a lot of the late game power. Those team fight heavy champions that can just turn fights around can be really hard to play against. But we'll see. The final ban is coming through from Full Send Gaming. Will be the Nunu. Now Nunu has shown up in the last 2 games, and although
He's been played by each team as well, respectively.
And Nunu 100% win rate in the series.
Gotta ban it.
And especially, well, we joke about it, but Nunu, it can be really hard to see his impact in fights. A lot of the time, he just presses W on a carry, and that's kind of it. Maybe he'll flash and get a good ultimate off, but he really adds so much value. And I think in that last game, especially with that Azir, Ozzy was definitely extremely strong, especially in the late game once he has those items. But just the amount of stats that is given over by the blood boil of Nunu, I think it's close to, in the late game, it's close to 2,000 to 3,000 gold of just free stats, free ability power, free attack speed that Azir can so effectively use. And so that Nunu can definitely be a really powerful pick, even if you don't notice how much he's doing.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, the Twitch ban swapped out for the Azir ban, and Full Send Gaming not waiting for that one to be picked or banned away as they grab the Twitch in their first rotation. So Saber Flavor will have that strong team fighting 80 carry to use in this third game, and we will actually get to see Norgal bring out the Scion support 3 games in a row. The Varus also left open this time around, so Skywish grabs that for his 80 carry. So we will see Twitch versus the Varus in the bottom lane.
Yeah, both teams opting in for some later game fighting. Varus and Twitch. Twitch probably the premier late game AD carry ever since Vayne kind of got her nerfs, but Varus up until that kind of 40-minute mark should have the advantage. Until Twitch gets his 6 items, can become an absolute animal. But Varus very lane dominant, but still needs some time to scale up and at least get a couple items that Rage Blade, that Wit's End. So expecting a little bit of a slow game. We see just a couple tanks and the Galio. Not sure if that'll be tank Galio or AP Galio. We've seen both, but so far we see a lot of late game team fight oriented comps coming out from both of these sides. And that was what won the game in the last 2 games. So both teams kind of opting in for similar play styles, really want to bring it down to execution, see who can play these fights better. The Sejuani and the Shen both taken out, as well as Rammus. Might hint that Full Send Gaming wants to go maybe a little more AD. I don't know. We'll see as that goes in. The Lulu works so well with both Twitch and Varus. GG15, sure they would have, or sure they don't want to let Inhibition take that one, especially against the melee support of Scion. And with the Twitch, she can just empower him so much. But we do see the...
Oh my god, the front
I
line
like
from
this
Full
pick
Send.
is able to... What?
I said the front line from Full Send Gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Plus the
Absolutely.
Engage. They are gonna just be trying to pile onto GG with the Zac, Galio, and Alistar.
Yeah, they definitely have a very long range engage comp, almost setting up what I like to call the submarine comp. You take a champion that can be stealthy and can kind of get back into the inside of the team or behind the team, and then you just pile enemies on top of them. You can get the Twitch invisible behind the team, and then the Galio ult, the Zac ult from out of nowhere, the Alistar jumping in. You can really surprise your enemies. And the Camille on top of that. Bedanki did very well with the Camille in the last fight. But we see Skarner and Brand coming out. Now Skarner has really risen in popularity this last patch. Didn't really receive any major buffs that I'm aware of, but just a really good spot in the meta. Very tanky, able to lock down certain targets. If he can grab onto that Twitch, be very dangerous for FSG. And then Brand did get some really nice buffs a couple patches ago, buffed his max health damage, so very good against tanks. Going to be pretty effective against this Galio in the mid lane. But we see both teams picking these scaling team fight comps. Bedanke again on the Camille, going to be wanting to draw some of that pressure top lane, free up his other laners, allow them to sit back and scale. So I like that pick out of him. He did very well with it on the first time. But we have about 25 seconds until we're going to be going. Actually, we're going to be going into the spectator delay now.
And now we wait.
Hurry up and wait. As the team plays without us, we can take a little bit more of an in-depth look at what each champion has brought to the table. So we see the cleanse coming out from the Stutar to the mid lane.
Oh no, audio. You're lagging. Come back to me, sir. I want your in-depth analysis, please.
And we see the Ignite on a
back.
Galio.
There we go.
Okay, a little bit of a connection issue.
We got it fixed.
Yes, audio lost is audio. I appreciate that. Anyway, I love when people make those jokes. Yeah, just a little bit of a connection issue. I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I'm here all night for you guys.
Well, before we get into game, just one last reminder. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here at twitch.tv/ABL Esports. Remember to come back and support us every week, Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for all your ABL series action. Remember to consider following and subscribing. Those buttons should be at the top of your screen. The donation link, if you would like to possibly consider supporting us financially, is down in the description. And for any news, stats, and standings and more for the ABL series, make sure to head over to ablseries.com. That link is in the description, as well as we do prepare to get into game number 3 here between GG Forfeit at 15 and Full Send Gaming. Oh man, audio. Talk to me about what are you excited to see in this third game just post champion select? Oh, he's going to try and resolve some connection issues there, so I'm just going to take over and run the nice little solo cast for a little bit until I get audio back here full time. But we are getting into game number 3 here between GG and FSG. And there you have it, folks. We are on to the Rift here for game number 3 between GG Forfeit at 15 and Full Send Gaming. Full Send trying to maintain their undefeated match record, as we will again get a pause here right out of the gate, but should only help audio get a little more time to get back to us. What do I think about the brand mid versus the Galio? You know, considering that we're probably going to get a heavily AP Galio out of Aussie here, because that has just been what is so popular with Galio in the current meta. You're going to see a lot less tank Galios right now. I think the matchup is pretty even both ways. Both have good wave clear. I I think certainly a lot of kill pressure coming, especially at level 6 for Stutard. But I think Ozzy is just going to look to farm up early, and then once he hits level 6, definitely going to try and, you know, be of an effect in his side lanes. But certainly has a good amount of gank assist with his, you know, the CC, his taunt, and the Winds of War can do plenty of damage early in this game. So certainly kill pressure for both mid laners, especially if there's assistance from the junglers. And, you know, if you get a Zac jumping in with an elastic slingshot on an unsuspecting Stutard, Ozzy could definitely get an early kill here and start to snowball, but I think he really comes to power once he hits level 6 and starts to try and make some plays with his side lanes. Any other questions from chat while we are waiting for this pause to end? I would be more than happy to answer them.
I concur.
Audio is back. Audio's got his audio, and pause is done now as we are into game here for game number 3.
I am no longer just adrenaline. I have regained my audio, regained my voice. You know, keep those jokes coming. I absolutely love them. I've actually thought before about changing my name to audio, but we see GG at 15 once again, moving out as a 5-man unit. But
didn't expect
FSG
this.
has wisened up. They have found the ultimate counterplay to GG at 15 strategy.
Calm down there,
Award in the
Captain
River
Flowers.
Bush.
Jeez.
And I'm just excited to be back. I spent too long away from you guys. I'm excited to get back to the cast. But FSG putting a ward down in that river bush, shutting down the undefeated level 1 GG at 15 strat.
And AO Frisbee, the square root of 69 is your mom. Just
Oh,
score 1 point for me for the most creative
oh.
response to that question. Nobody thought of what I just did, so just
It's getting a little shady on the caster desk.
pat myself on the back there a little bit.
So, we're seeing both junglers again starting on the top side. You know, just as we saw in the last game, you might see them meet up on the bot side again. And Tyson Vo and Norgal should have a decent push advantage, at least in the early stages of the game. Sion really good at pushing out the waves with his E, and also, you know, putting a little bit of poke onto the enemy laner. I would expect, kind of the same situation as last game, winning lanes for, you know, both the mid and bot. Galio, it does have a lot of wave clear available, and once he gets the magic resist, he should be able to be completely fine in the lane. Scales very well off the magic resist, and then top lane, obviously Vidanki, Camille, very good against tanks, really good dueling power. You can already see starting to bully here just a little bit. Should be able to build himself a decent lead, unless the junglers decide to intervene. But junglers both on the bottom side now. We might see them meet up. Tyson and Norgal pushed up a little bit. Zac, especially on red side, Zac, very, you know, potent at ganks, can just sit in that bush over the wall and still have access to the lane.
This could be a kill. The first blood there for Ozzy. Wasn't sure he was going to go for it, but gets it in the 1v1. No jungle pressure needed as Ozzy gets first blood onto Stutard.
Yeah, really good by Ozzy there. Stutard just, you know, walking a little bit far up. I think he might have, you know, used that cleanse a little early there. But Ozzy able to pick up that first blood for himself, and that's going to set him up really
the
nice.
Flash and the headbutt pulverized from Inhibition will force Tyson Vo to flash away, but here comes Ice Slave Bot, and Saber Flavor will grab the kill onto Tyson Vo. Can they get the second here? Skywish has arrived. Norgal going very low, but Saber Flavor backed off just enough for the support to get away.
Almost taking him down. Yeah, definitely. Very good start by FSG. Gets the solo kill from Ozzy onto Stutard. Gets the kill onto their Twitch. So definitely the two people they want to have leads, want to get that Ozzy does start out with 2 amplifying tomes, so if we do see EP Galio, obviously you want to get him, you know, started on that. Typically you see the, what's the item? I'm having one of the brain farts now. It's my turn to lose my train of thought. But want to start getting him on his items, want to start getting the Twitch to his late game as soon as possible. So great start for FSG. But you see again, GGF 15 really good at putting down vision around the bot side, allowing their bot lane to push up a little bit. So they're starting to get those control wards, starting to lay down that vision. Stutard now has to be a little more careful, does get taunted up, but nice stun onto Ozzy. CS pretty even across the board, small lead in the bot side for Tyson. Small lead, or pretty even, everywhere else. But Skarner deciding to go for a Sheen. First item, doesn't want to complete his jungle item first, wants a little bit more damage, a little bit more burst, helps clear jungle a little faster. Ice Slave coming in for a little of aggression onto Stutard. Just slaps him around a little bit and decides to back off, making his presence known. We see Tyson and Orgel pushing up once again to their lane. They've been doing very well, especially in the early game against these teams. I slip out returning again to slap around that brand a little bit. But Tyson and Orgel have been consistently able to, kind of push up their lane and keep super flavor inhibition, mostly under the turret.
Ooh, Ozzy wants to go for the fight here in the mid lane. Flash taunt, and that will force the cleanse and flash out of Stutard immediately there. So no summoner spells, as the ignite was also used for Ozzy in the mid lane. Now we're going to get the fight on the bottom side. There's the engage from Islay Bot, trying to grab Tyson Bone. He will go down. Inhibition grabs that kill, but here has teleported from the top side. Heal used by Saber Flavor, but Danky here to zone off GG from continuing to chase them down and grab that kill onto the Alistar, so he will survive just a little bit longer as the poke comes out from Norgal, but it's not enough to take down the full send support.
Yeah, another kill going over to the side of Full Send Gaming, this time on the Alistar, but does pick up an assist for the Twitch. So it's just more gold into that late game hyper carry's pocket. But Danky, his teleport down, isn't able to get in on any of the action, so does blow that summoner spell. But good start just all around by Full Send Gaming. They're off to a great lead, exactly what they need to have in this game. With the Zac and with the Galio, they're going to be wanting to roam around and try to getting these big beefy tanks. Or I guess Ozzy. Ozzy with the actually the Hextech Revolver, going for a little bit more of a bursty build, but with his Zac especially wanting to get around and get on top of these carries, try to get the Zac or try to get the Galio ult on top of them. Can definitely be very potent at roaming around the map.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see just how Ozzy wants to use that first ultimate. Could possibly use it here. Inhibition now trying to retreat. Ozzy is here, but looks like he doesn't want to use the ultimate as of yet. Stutard roaming down as well, but this will just be disengaged as GG retreats back to their bot side tower.
Ooh, we see the flash forward by Skywish.
Yeah, the ultimate on to Inhibition. He is going to get the pulverize and flash away, but could go down here. There's the brand ultimate. The passive will fire. Oh, the Alistar
Ooh,
just
will take
able
down.
to go down, actually, as Stutard's passive grabs him. Ice Slavebot stepping up a little too far. Here comes the ultimate from Ozzy. Stunned is Saber Flavor. That's big. Ooh, the Pillar of Flame is going to take him down along with the passive, and Stutard gets a second kill of the fight. Now Skywish trying to run away from Ozzy. Ice Slavebot comes in after his passive, actually keeps him alive. Tyson Vo very low as Stutard and he retreat. Now a 5-2 lead in kills for the side of Full Send Gaming. That's a 2-for-2 trade.
Yeah, Stutard did really well that fight. Smart to recognize that Ice Slavebot was ulting back into his team, throws out the ultimate, and just lets Slavebot carry the brand ultimate back into the team. Is able to get multiple bounces off, proc the passive onto Alistar, and eventually take him down with the burn. And you just see that percent max damage health is just really effective on that brand. So 2-1 now on Stutard. And Brand, I mean, if a Brand gets ahead, he can just take over a game. Just lots of AoE damage is ridiculous. But is down a little bit of CS. Has the Blasting Wand and the Catalyst. We see Ozzy has finished his went for the Hextech Proto Belt. So wants a little bit more mobility. Wants to jump forward with that taunt. So I like that buy. I don't know a whole lot about Galio meta, but I'm gonna assume Ozzy knows what he's doing.
Possible dive here on the top side, but here actually able to stop the Elastic Slingshot from Ice Slavebot. Looks like they'll still go for it though. Bedanki will miss with the hook shot. Ice Slavebot taking the tower. Now the charge will knock Bedanki into the side of the Hextech Ultimatum. Oh, Bedanki's actually going to go down here. The boosted flash. Oh my goodness. Bedanki goes down, and here we'll grab the kill. The 1-for-1 trade in the 2v1 tower dive. Here's going to feel pretty good about that.
Actually almost gets out, but stops the auto attack and a minion still in turret range, so he takes that one extra shot. That condemns his fate, but goes back to base, buys some Merc Treads damage. Skarner picking up a nice dragon for himself, but Inhibition and Ozzy are here.
Yeah, here comes Norgal though to try and help out, but this is still a 2v3, but Tyson Vo has arrived. He's firing onto the front line. Now Inhibition going to try and knock him away. Stutard's here as well. He has the ultimate not available actually, so Norgal trying to run away. Inhibition is still alive. Flash away by Norgal. He is going to get taunted though as Ozzy flashes over the wall. Will take him down, charging away, but Norgal will still be able to secure the kill, but still a double kill there for Ozzy.
Yeah, both mid laners getting a lot of kills onto them. And both Ozzy. Ooh.
Ice Slavebot could be in big trouble here. Here uses the ultimate. The Let's Bounce activated, but it doesn't matter. Here gets the kill in the 1v1 against the jungler. And now Saber Flavor in big trouble. Bedanki has gotten down to the bottom side. Here is teleporting in, but it may be a little too late as down goes Tyson Vo. Now Saber Flavor activates the stealth and is actually able to sneak away. So that's a good play there by Full Send Gaming as Bedanki will escape as well.
Yeah, Ice Slavebot on the top side, not knowing he's recalling on a ward, here able to, pin him against the wall, use the W to stop him from jumping away, and pick up that solo kill in the bot lane. Good attempt at a roam by Stutard, but Bedanki is also there to counter the engage, turn it around.
Ozzy wants to fight in the mid lane as he has caught Skywish in the 1v1. Winds of War should be up here momentarily. He's going to charge in, activate his passive, but the Winds of War is not enough as Skywish jukes out the majority of the damage, and Stutard showing up in River will discourage Ozzy from playing any further forward.
Yeah, you can see Skarner with his little crystals able to gain a lot more buffs when he's in his own territory. Helps him survive there. But Ozzy starting to put down some major poke in this lane. His Winds of War starting to do a lot of damage. Already low on mana though. Saber Flavor stepping up, dodging out the ultimate. Could have been in a lot of trouble there if that had connected. didn't have Flash quite available either, so Skywish wanting to duel with Ice Slave Bot in the jungle. Tries to retreat to the safety of his crystal. But here now, skirmishing with Bedanki.
A little bit of poke just dealt out by both top laners as GG continues to push on the bot side. Saber Flavor is here, going to try and go after Tyson Bo. The flash pull, but not enough from inhibition there. He was out of range for what I would guess is possibly a headbutt combo there. Skywish now flashing over the wall to try and chase Isolate Bot, will not land the slow.
Misses the E.
Yeah, but Danky going to get here, and Isolate Bot will actually be able to escape.
You know, just slightly misplayed there by Skywish. Misses the E that would have allowed him to slow Slayebot and then further stun him. So he is able to walk away from that one. Saber Flavor not able to get anything out of the spray and pray in the bot lane. Still, Norgal whiffs on the ult. Saber Flavor, some good jukes there actually. Dodging out on a lot of these big abilities.
The inhibition goes for the engage, however, and Aussie has ulted down to the bot side. They're going to try and chase down the Varus. There's the stun. There's the stretching strikes. Going to grab him in, and they're going to get the kill over to Saber Flavor. A smart decision by Full Send Gaming, and now they'll look for possibly first tower.
And you can see there just the power of the comp that Full Send Gaming has, you know, put together. You know, you think it's just the Twitch and the Alistar in the bot lane, but very quickly you have the Galio jumping in with his ultimate, the Zac jumping in from way out of Fog of War. And very quickly turned from a 2v2 into a 2v4.
Yeah, something I want to note here, a significant difference between game 1 and games 1 and 2 and number 3 is Bedanki going for the 1v1 here. Looks like Stutard can possibly escape. Will cleanse the slow there as he tries to retreat. Now Skywish is going to activate the ultimate and drag Slayebot in. The ultimate is available from Stutard, but FSG will just back away. But the difference that I want to note is the early game here from Full Send Gaming. Both games, even despite the loss in game 2, GG heavily controlled the tempo and the early objectives in the early game for games 1 and 2, but the way that Full Send has played around their Galio as well as their bottom lane has meant that they've really honestly done a good job of controlling the early game this time around, and is a drastic difference from the first 2 games of this series. Now Stutard forced to flash away as the spray and pay was activated by Saber Flavor, so no summoner spells for the GG mid laner.
Saber Flavor also flashes to avoid the knockup from Sion, but I definitely agree with you. Full Send Gaming is much more in control in this early game, and you can just see the vision. They have so much more vision, especially around the bot side. GG at 15 basically had a monopoly on vision the entire bottom half of the map in the first 2 games, which allowed their bottom lanes to just push up and take control of that bottom half of the map and secure all those dragons. And a lot of it was due to Stutard actually being on that Taliyah. Stutard did a very good job roaming around the map with its Taliyah and impacting these side lanes, helping set up all this pressure. But now it's actually Aussie who is on the roaming champion with the Galio instead of the high power hyper carry in Azir.
And now we are going to get
Saber Flavor tanking turret.
Yeah, actually is going to go down, but Stutard goes down to Aussie, but GG is pushing on the top side. They want to take the tempo control back in this game. They're going to take down the tier 2 on top side, but Denki's not going to be able to get away. Now they've got the ultimate on Slayebot. This could be an inhibitor tower. Aussie is backing, but he may not be able to defend this. The Rift Herald is still going to get a charge onto this inhibitor tower, and this is a huge push from GG here.
Yeah, and Super Flare and Bedanki are both dead. That's 2 of the carries from GG at 15. This is gonna be an inhibitor turret that goes down. They could push for the inhibitor, but they decide just to back off. Rift Herald. Shelly is almost gone. She did her job, helped take 2 turrets. And GG 15, well played by them to recognize that they could heavily outpush with the Rift Herald. So they pick up 2 turrets of their own and crack the base of FSG. only 19 minutes into the game. The Saber Flavor a little, gung-ho in that dive on the mid lane. Definitely a good play with the Galio and the Zac, but goes in a little too early, starts tanking turret, and they lose that carry right away, which gives GGF 15 the confidence to continue in their push. We see Galio 4-1 right now. Ozzy doing exceptionally well, has the Proto Belt, working towards the Leandries. We see Brand going for a little bit more of a scaling build with the Rod of Ages. That was the item I was thinking of earlier. With the Rod of Ages going towards the Zanyas. Wants to be that late game threat. And we know he definitely can be.
FSG wants to engage here. They're going to get the taunt onto 2. Now the Winds of War onto the backline, going to deal a little bit of damage. Now Inhibition gets the headbutt pulverized, but his team is backed away. This is big trouble for Full Send Gaming. But now iSlay Bot has arrived. He's going to get the Elastic Slingshot onto 3 members, but Tyson Bell going very low, but Stutard actually able to take down Bedenki, but Saber Flavor is firing on the backline, but he gets ulted by the by the Skarner, but it's not enough. Here, still surviving, but Ozzy going to try to take him down. The double kill for the Poppy, but iSlay Bot has arrived, shut down as the Poppy, and that's the ace for Full Send Gaming as they look to push a tier 2 on the top side.
Such a close fight, went so far back, or just so back and forth in that fight. Slavebot able to get a really nice 3-man ultimate, did pull it out of Ozzy's ultimate. That would have been a really nice combo that might have saved them a couple more members, but still, regardless, very well played fight by them. Saber Flavor does open up with a good spray and pray, but he is kind of out of the way, and so he is taken down. Tyson in the back, able to pick off Stutard. Tyson and Stutard on the same team, but Tyson and Stutard in the back, able to put down a lot of damage, but they are taken out by Saber Flavor. So close fight on both sides. But FSG does come out ahead, able to pick up a turret for their troubles. Slavebot and Ozzy, the only ones standing after that fight. We see Ozzy now 6-1 on Galio. Just finished his Leandry's Torment, so he's on 2 items. Twitch has finished his Infinity Edge and Runan's Hurricane. He is also on 2 items. So we see some serious power spikes coming out of Full Send Gaming. And when Baron is now live,
Little parched over there, audio?
yeah, a little bit. I'm running out of water bottles. I've drinking about 4 so far. So Baron is now live. Might be the next objective that we see these teams fight around. There will be an Infernal Drake in about a minute and a half. Definitely a high priority Drake, with both teams having such great scaling that Infernal Drake is really going to help secure.
No, Bedenki is caught there by the ultimate from Skywish, and he's going to go down. Norgal grabs that kill, and now it's a 4v5. If the GG takes a fight, they could look to push down the mid lane now.
Bedenki, knowing he was caught, tried to move over to the wall so he could hookshot out of there, but Skywish, with his crystal, is able to gain just a little bit of movement speed and nab him with the ultimate before Bedenki can, get to his escape route. So, just got caught out there a little bit. Is going to be back up in about 7 seconds. Does have teleport if they decide to take a fight.
Skywish nearly caught out there though, but doesn't matter as he's able to walk away, and the mid lane tier 1 goes over to GG. Saber Flavor could catch up Tyson Bow here. Here comes Inhibition, but he's possibly going to go down. There's the headbutt pulverized combo, and down goes the AD carry. Now it looks like Full Send wants to fight. Stretching Strikes will grab onto Norgal, but stunned is iSlay Bot, now forced to back away from Stutard as he took about half of his health. The Full Send jungler now just looks like he wants to rotate with his team over to this Infernal Drake, which will spawn in about 5 seconds.
Yeah, good job by Saber Flavor, going invisible, able to find that Varus, recalling kind of away from his team out in front of his tanks, able to pick him off, and without that major damage dealer, they go over and secure that Infernal Dragon without too much trouble. They already had vision control kind of set up around that bot side area. We talked a little bit about that before, how well they were doing setting up that vision control. Bedanki now looking to get some split push going. Is up about 50, close to 50 CS, although 1-4 Poppy has quite a few kills under her belt. Finished the Sunfire Cape and Randuin's Omen, has a lot of armor on that Poppy. Might be looking to get some magic resist next with a 6-1 full AP Galio on the side of Full Send Gaming. Zach has his Cinder Hulk and Warmogs, lots of health on that champion. Can be a little bit gooey though.
Good one.
I'm glad you appreciated that. Yeah. So
we'll have to see.
I was gonna say squishy, but I was like, wait, I have a much better opportunity here.
We'll just have to see if Twitch chat notices or appreciates it. But oh man, Full Send now. Trying to get some vision, some deep vision on the blue side of GG here, as they could possibly look to play for this Baron here very, very soon. They have all 5 of their members up around the top side of the map, and Saber Flavor continuing to use his stealth aggressively, trying to find some GG members stepping up a little too far.
Yeah, and you can really tell the difference between a mediocre and a really good Twitch player by the way that they use their stealth. It is a very good defensive tool, absolutely. You can avoid a lot of engages, but it can also be used as a great offensive tool, being able to scout around, only having to worry about the control wards being able to see you. You can really catch people unawares as they are walking to and from these key areas. So Saber Flavor 6-3 on this Twitch has been doing a very good job using his health effectively. And I don't think full GG at 15 have any vision on this, so they do now know it started. They have checked the Baron pit, and FSG will turn off, but Bedanki getting a little aggressive.
Yeah, Full Send, a good job starting that Baron. Able to bait GG into a fight, but not able to secure said fight, so Full Send still needs to work on this. Now Saber Flavor going to try and catch out Norgal there. Not enough, but they do have a good minion wave to try and push this mid lane tower. Could be in big trouble here. The ultimate is available from this corner, so Camille has got to be very careful. Force the flash over the wall. Here comes the engage from iSlayBot. Now the ultimate as well from Ozzy. Now they're going to try and get into Sutard. There's a Hextech ultimatum, and down he goes. Saber Flavor going to die though as well, but the engage is going on to Tyson Vo. He goes very low, and there he goes. But Bedanki grabs that kill. Now they're trying to take down here. The taunt is going to keep him in place for a little bit longer. Stopwatch used by iSlayBot will keep him alive just for a little bit, but he is going to go down. The passive is activated, but now GG's in full retreat. Skywish going very low is able to activate the shield. Norgal using his passive as effectively as he can, but Bedanki gets the double kill, and here just able to escape through the base gate. But that's a 2-for-4 trade in favor of Full Send Gaming. They can't go to the Baron yet, so it looks like they just want to push for this inhibitor tower. Should go down fairly easily here. Can they go for the inhibitor? I would recommend against it, as Stutard and Tyson Vo are back up.
Such a close fight there. Lots of low flashing health bars. SlaveBot played that extremely well, able to get a flash and bring Stutard into his team, where Bedanki just put the Hextech ultimatum on him, not able to escape. And so very well played by him. And then also the perfect timing on the stopwatch, being able to avoid the Winds of War, or on top of the Winds of War, to be able to survive and keep going in that fight. So well played fight by him and the rest of the team. Ozzy also dished out just so much damage in that fight. You can see he now has his Rabadon's death cap, going for that full one-shot potential. iSlayBot is going to be clearing out some vision on this Baron. Both teams are going to be looking around that.
The rest of his front line moving around with him to help secure some of these ward kills as they discourage GG from pushing some vision in and around the Baron pit. Bedanke is up solo in the top lane, trying to get the split push going, and Saber Flavor now joins his front line as well. Looks like Isolate and Ozzy will back to spend some gold.
And Infernal Drake spawning in about 30 seconds. FSG does have one Infernal Drake to their name, as well as a Cloud Drake, so they're going to be definitely wanting to pick up that second one. Might see some bites down around there. They do already have a control ward in the pit, have some vision control around that bot side. Been doing really good about that, and their lanes are pushed up, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them going down to that Infernal Dragon to try to pick that one up and further cement their late game dominance with the Twitch, with the Galio, with the Zac. And they should be able to pick that one up, but GG at 15 at the same time knows that they're probably going to be going down there, and so they just start on the Baron, knowing that they have a numbers advantage.
Bedanke will get vision onto this, but is going to get grabbed by the Skarner ultimate. Good Let's Bounce is going to grab onto a couple of members. Oh, but there comes the damage from Saber Flavor. He's firing away with the spray and pray. He is going to get stunned, but he's able to stay alive. Norgal can't chase him down. Tyson Vo in full retreat. There's the elastic slingshot. Tyson Vo going to go very low. There's the taunt and actually able to save his jungler. The ace, clean ace for Full Send Gaming as they can look to break the base.
And GG15, they had the right idea. They just weren't able to take the Baron down fast enough, even with their Mountain Drake and all the percent max health damage from the brand. The Twitch is able to roam up with his team to the top side and catch the entire team of GG15 unawares, and that's just going to be the game.
Yeah, Full Send Gaming grabbed that fight, and they grabbed the win and will remain undefeated in matches in ABL Season 3.
GG at 15, definitely a valiant effort. We saw them fighting tooth and nail in every single one of these games. The first two games you were talking about earlier, they had such great control early on, especially around the bottom side. That third game decided to go for more of a late game scaling comp. It was so back and forth. Both teams played exceptionally well, showing why they're believed to be some of the top two teams in the lead. Even though GG at 15 doesn't have the greatest record, they still show that they can duke it out with the best of them. Series MVP, that's gonna be a tough one. There were so many players that really, stood out in this game. I gotta look at Ozzy as a possibility in both that, both those games when he played on the Azir and played on this game in the Galio. He did such an incredible job, but it was so much enabled by the rest of his team and being able to roam around with his team. Pick up those kills. Saber Flavor also did a really good job, was pressured so hard by Tyson and Norgal. So that, as far as I think I would have to give it, honestly, I think I would have to give it over to Ozzy. He was just such a rock solid performer in all three of these games, able to enable his team so much in that second game with the Azir, buying his team so much time to scale up. In this game with the Galio, able to roam around the map and make these big plays, as well as going 8-2, contributing so much damage. I think Ozzy was just a staple for the recipe that FSG put together. He was kind of at the center point of all the plays that they were making. So my series MVP, as well as the Game 3 MVP vote, would go over to Ozzy. man, the myth, the legend.
Game one was a tilter. I mean, we misclicked the Lucian lock and we didn't know we could remake. Yeah. So Froge just actually just doesn't play Lucian ever. So like, and he's kind of a garbage champion. So we kind of just thought we had to play it. And so it kind of just tilted everyone off the face of the earth. And then game two, I don't know. They kept first picking something that they really didn't need a first pick with Scion. Like we took red side all 3 games because we kind of expected them to first pick Scion after they kept doing it. So it's kind of a useless first pick. So we were just like, I know we went with red side. It helped us. We got a lot of our power picks. I think us getting Azir game 2 and then Galio game 3 is just, I don't know. It felt like they were very we were telegraphed, but they didn't really see it. Like we play this comp a lot, and they, yeah. But I don't think they're a bad team at all.
Audio, throw it to you for the next question.
All right. So after that, I know you said that you guys play this comp a lot, and you say that it works for you. After that first game, with that loss, did you guys? What was the conversation after that first game? Did you guys think of switching it up, or did you just really trust in your comp that much? Is there anything that you specifically changed after the first game, after that first loss?
Definitely pick a real AD carry. I think that was the biggest thing. We're like, yeah, okay, we're actually gonna draft real AD carry. We're not gonna have our AD carry hover troll pick and then accidentally lock it. And then I don't know, they gave us Nunu Azir. Like we know Skywish is a Nunu player, and then they gave me Azir with Nunu. And I know you kind of just saw it. They fight very like together a lot, which is good in some situations, but against Azir, they kept fighting in our jungle with Kog, Azir, Nunu, and I literally could just drop 4 soldiers and auto attack like 4 of them at the same time. So like they kind of played that in their own fault. So I think that the fact that we actually got to play a real AD carry kind of helped us. But
now in game number 2, I want to specifically focus on kind of the transition to the mid and late game. And GG had done another good job of really building a good early game lead. They had, again, heavily controlled the tempo and were just taking turrets down across the board. I want to know what the conversation was like in your guys' comms, trying to kind of keep yourself collected and prepared. Because you guys, obviously knew you had the scaling on your side, but what was it like in your comms trying to keep you guys in that game?
Okay, well, GG actually rotated and played the map. I thought they played it really well. I actually thought they did it a lot better than I think I've ever seen them play the map. So it kind of took us by surprise when they kept rotating on us. We were really shook by it. But basically, I felt we had the late game like 20 times better. And I was 100% confident that I could out their entire team just with the Nunu Azir. So it was basically like a matter of if we can put Nunu in the front line, I could kill everything. So I felt very confident going into the later stages of that game.
Audio, any final questions from you, sir? I'm sorry, what was that? Oh no, audio. We may have lost audio there, but I don't know if you heard him, Ozzy, but I didn't.
Nope.
Okay. Well, considering a little bit of connection issues on the side of audio, I think we're just going to wrap this up. Ozzy, congratulations on the victory and the MVP selection. Best of luck in the rest of the series, and we will look forward to seeing you guys later down the line.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Well, that was Ozzy there, the mid laner and captain for Full Send Gaming after their 2-1 victory over GG Forfeit F15. Congratulations to them. Congratulations as well to GG. Played a great series there and certainly showed that they are certainly a threat in the ABL series this season. So definitely look out for them in the future. But audio goes down. So with that, I am going to wrap things up here. I want to thank everybody so much again for joining us. I think we peaked at like 45 to 50 viewers, which is awesome. Appreciate all of you joining us and spending some of your Mondays and Tuesday nights with us here. It's certainly a blast to cast, and we hope you guys enjoy it at home as much as we do here on the desk. Just remember to come and join us again every week, Monday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. A reminder that next week will be our All-Star Week, so we will not have a cast on Tuesday. Next week, it will just be the All-Star match on Monday night, so make sure to come and check that out. And if you are curious about the lineups for that, those are posted in an article on ablseries.com, so if you're curious, make sure to go check that out. If you want to continue to support us, check out the follow and subscribe buttons at the top of your screen. There's a donation link as well in the description of the channel. And also, shout us out to other people. Was watching chat a lot tonight and did see Eldest One in there a lot, and he mentioned he saw us at, or he found out about us at the Chicago Force tournament, which I think, if I remember correctly, that's what is that organization called that's running those tournaments?
Super League Gaming.
Super League, that's what it is, because I've been getting those emails too.
So Eldest One, yeah, I actually played with him on the Chicago Force, so he's a good friend of mine. Shout out to him. Thanks for watching the cast, man. Really great guy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Audio, for getting him in here, and we're glad that Eldest One seemed to enjoy the cast tonight. But yeah, everybody else, shout us out to your friends. We appreciate it if you guys, tweet the link to the stream on days that we're going live, or send messages to your friends on League, say, hey, come check out this cast, we enjoy it and we think you might enjoy it too. We certainly appreciate it. But that's going to do it for us here. Before we go, I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. For myself, Audio, the rest of the broadcast team at ABL Esports, and everybody over at the ABL series, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you guys again next time.
Bye.